long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we say fuck this piece shit and grab them clappers? How long before we lose our voices shouting Black Lives Matter? How long we gon' keep letting them disrespect our president? How long we gon' keep letting them terrorize our residents? I'm sick of this shit, it's word to Bernie Mac. How long before we police ourselves, take our own streets back? How long for Uncle Tom here and hate on this shit? How long before they take a shot at me for making this shit? How long I gotta wait for justice for Josiah Shaw? How long we gotta fake it till we can take it and whack 'em all? How long we not gonna make these youngers pull their pants up? How long we gon' keep letting them shoot us down with our hands up? How long we gon' keep killing our own and making these streets hot? How long will what I say to you stay with you when the beat stop? How long's your attention span? How long you watch the news? You ain't down to shake shit up with the rebels for the cause? I ain't talking to you.
Hey, yo, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Provoked Thoughts, man. We are in here at an insane ass hour, but we here and we about to do this shit because I've been drinking. No, for real though. You know, we still gonna keep it rolling. I just been hanging out a little bit, kicking it, man, and I feel good, and I'm ready to go ahead and talk to y'all for a minute. So I put my link in the chat. So Muse, if you're there, if my man Yellow Beezy's there, you know, come on through. Basically, we was talking about over there, New York appeal, everything that's going on with that, and how, my man R. Kelly's due process, of course, severely violated. Jurors on the jury, 6 of them that saw surviving R. Kelly, pretty much formulate their opinion about the man prior to a trial, prior to him, having his fair shake, prior to him having his due process, prior to everything. We had so much going on that you can't tell where the lie end and where the truth began. And that's even with, our government, our ridiculous government that, will sit up here and lie and solicit, and flip witnesses and things like that. This same trial that had impeachable testimony that never got impeached. We're coming to a precipice, it seems, in society legally where things are getting exposed, man, and we got to really pay attention, man. And I'm the injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere guy, if y'all know who Provoked Thoughts is. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn my thing over because I got some of my people that came in here on this Provoked Thought late night edition. I'm talking about, this is the booty call edition of Provoked Thoughts. Don't come calling me unless you mean it edition. Provoked Thoughts. We got
the timeline in the building, y'all.
and the timeline, and Mr. Timeline, Jake Rock, first in. Jake Rock, I appreciate you, man. I love you to pieces, man, like a brother. We've been in this fight since the fight was a fight.
Man, we got Jake Rock hanging out tonight. We know it's about to be off the meter.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be.
I was able to listen a little bit on the on Big Vibes Live. I had just jumped on. You about to jump off. I said, "Damn, okay." But
right.
But ironically, I was on the phone with my aunt from Chicago for about 3 hours, man. And
wow.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance. We didn't get a chance to talk about R. Kelly's situation, but she brought up some stuff that was happening with my other aunt, that she's been bedridden, and it's been it's been a lot of different things been going on with her, and my cousin could potentially be filing a malpractice lawsuit. So then there's that part of it. So it's a lot going on with that. So she just hit me to that. So I trust her. She's one of my favorite aunts. She's my mom's closest sister because my mom was the oldest and she's the second oldest.
Okay.
So she brought a whole lot of attention to a whole lot of different things, and I'm gonna start because I ain't talked to her in a while, but I said we're gonna at least every couple weeks I'm gonna check in on it, if nothing else. So I'm definitely gonna do that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, I was but I was listening to what Big Vi had a little bit going on because I went back and I listened to the Tracy viewpoint with her with both parts of the of what her interpretation was as far as the Eastern District, New York, oral arguments. Right.
I watched it earlier today.
I mean, she had and she had to hold back her laugh a little bit, like this, like when she got the end down, she said, "This woman really had it out bad."
Yes, that's why I love Tracy. She's solid, man. She's from that regime, man.
You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. She's so straight down the middle, it ain't even fair.
Man, come on, Provoke. Straight like that.
I love. See, the reason why I love people that are straight down the middle, I like a good referee because you're going to get to the truth because there are three sides to every story.
Their side, your side, and the absolute truth. I'm already with you, Provoke. Oh, it's going to be on.
100% truth.
I got you. I'm turning up. I'm turning up.
Yeah, I'm turning up. I'm all out of alcohol. I don't need no more because I'm gonna have to turn it all down.
You ain't got no stody?
You say what?
You ain't got no stody?
Well, you know what? I ain't gonna say ain't no alcohol in the house. I got a little wine and shit, and then I got my little, my other little libations. Right. My blood pressure medicine. Right. If you want to call it that. But I try to make sure that I'm coherent when I'm doing these lives because I try to be a professional.
I got you. Right here with you, bro. I got you, bro.
It means a lot to me, even though I'm pretty foul mouthed at times. But look, our potential. Well, shit, our next president be cussing his ass off in speeches.
Yeah, but that's not.
I like it a lot. I like it.
But sometimes when you got to be, you know what I mean.
Because if it's bullshit, I don't want you. If it's bullshit, I don't want you calling it sugar.
There you go. But that's why you got me. I understand how to flip that and take that and present it back in a way that's adaptable. I got you.
So while I got you all here, and I'm being a professional about it, and I want to make sure that I get off up in my chat and make sure that people are shouted out. I want to shout out my girl Love Unconditional that's always sending blessings and good vibrations to Provoke Thoughts. I appreciate you, pretty lady. Love you much. The only queen, my girl. I am very, very happy to see you in the chat, moderating and making sure. I know your job is easy because people don't play with me in my chat. I ain't even got to say nothing because things that's understood ain't got to be explained.
You better say that.
Also, I want to give a shout out to my man, Sir Miguel, who has been riding on this R. Kelly train with me and everybody else for 5 long years. 5 long ones.
Yes, sir.
C-Star, one of my new people that's been over here riding with me. Every time I jump online, I see this lady, and I appreciate it. Love you. All right. So we finna get into it. We finna be on some bullshit. It's late. I ain't got shit to lose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Most of the time, I've actually and Muse, you know me. J Rock, you know me. You know good and damn well I pass out on y'all asses. But I've been so crunk in my own channel, it don't happen no more.
Yeah. But see,
It
all
don't
that
happen no more, man.
though, all that was profit. That was all preparation though.
I needed
So
my
now
rest.
there you go. There you go. There you go. You know what I mean? And to get some stuff in, now you can extract from that. You know what I mean? I got you.
Hey, that's that I needed my rest. Shit, I was like a narcoleptic, man. Shit, I fucked around, passed the fuck out.
Well, I'll tell you what, Derek. I'll tell you what, Derek. We are now past midnight Central Time. This is what did your mama or your other elder ladies used to say back in the day? After 12, ain't nothing open.
Ain't nothing open but some motherfucking legs.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Make your leg shake.
Don't
Make your leg. Tonight I wanna hear you screaming. What? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna make your leg shake. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was kicking it today, and I promise you, I had to go ahead and get my R. Kelly the fuck on.
It's only proper order.
There are certain songs that I can play on YouTube, and I ain't gonna get struck because you know what I'm saying. They don't even belong to Sony.
Now we all have to know when it comes to R. Kelly, there are levels to this.
Shit.
There's certain levels of freakiness you have to go down depending on the songs you choose.
You know what? One of the songs I really like a lot is not even a song that R. Kelly wrote. It's a song on Chris Brown's X album called "A Song on 12 Play." Have you ever heard it?
I believe I have, but you might have to refresh my memory.
Basically, Chris Brown and Trey Songz paid one of the most beautiful homages.
I've never heard of that. Never heard of that. Chris Brown, C Breezy, my boy.
I mean, I'm talking about you remind me of a song on 12 Play, and they was hitting the lyrics with song titles.
Oh no, no.
And I'm talking about Filthy. It's one of the filthiest songs, man, and the thing of it is that what people don't understand is that was the next generation.
Okay, right.
Recognizing absolute greatness.
Right.
Yeah. You know, Chris Brown was born in what was 16 back in the he was born in the early 90s.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, that's kind of like for me, I was born in the 70s, but I knew who the Isley Brothers and Frankie Beverly and Mays and shit was based off of that, and Teddy Pendergrass and the Spinners and all of them because of that. You know, and I can pay homage to them in my music, and one of my favorite groups is the Whispers.
Right.
You can't even fool with Scotty. Come on now.
Yeah. And I grew up in an era where it was Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke, the Platters, Donny Hathaway, Fats Domino. My old man was a student of history when it came to music and seeing the progression of where it was going to go down the line. He instilled that in his children. No disrespect to none of my siblings. They know I love them to my core. However, I took it and did something that was almost like a mad scientist.
So let me
I got to the DNA of the effect of music and how it touches each and every culture and ethnicity.
Do you want me to tell you what? And we've been doing this for the last couple of days, kind of going into the R. Kelly thing and just the mentality of everybody around him and all that. But I want to kind of dive into the reason why they hated him.
You said the reason why they hated him?
Yeah.
Okay.
R. Kelly came out of nowhere.
Okay.
He wasn't even supposed to be there. He wasn't supposed to be there. You know who was supposed to be there? And I promise you, people don't even understand it, but I say it over and over again. And it's the reason why I say it, because it's the truth. Aaron Hall was the guy. He was the guy that they was about to prop up.
But
listen. He came out with one of the coldest songs, I Miss You, one of the most emotional songs, and it was a hit. Okay.
That was
smash hit. He was on his way, but it was the same year that a man came out and said, my mind is telling me no, and my body's telling me yes. And guess what happened? His protege, Aaron Hall's guy from Guy, Teddy Riley's whole New Jack Swing era, died. In that moment, it died. Because and Aaron Hall was collateral damage. I'm telling you what I know. Just as a person that kind of like been there and kind of stuck my toe a little bit in the music industry.
Yeah, I'm following you. I'm following you.
R. Kelly was a surprise. Nobody knew this man was coming.
I got a different twist on that, but I yield back. I'm gonna wait for
Babyface had no clue that there was a man from Chicago that was coming that could write songs better than him. Better than the man who wrote Whip Appeal, better than the man that wrote the Boomerang soundtrack, End of the Road, that was on the charts and beat and topped Elvis. You mean to tell me it's a writer better than that? Yes, it is. And his name is R. Kelly. You can see the vitriol in Babyface's face when R. Kelly sung "You Save Me" at the BET thing, and he didn't even acknowledge that R. Kelly even sung a song. He was like, okay, so now for the next award, he did not acknowledge the man. That's hate. And the reason why is because when you become the top producer, you become the $1 million man, and you can charge people $1 million because they know they're going to get a hit. And people knew that they were going to get a hit with R. Kelly. They would have got a hit from Babyface, but they knew they was going to get some next level shit. And if he was featured on the song, it would be even fucking worse. I'm telling you what I know, Muse.
With that though, the part with Babyface, who's behind him? Is he a self-made person? Did he get it out the mud himself, or do he have them executives sit down and say, "Okay, you're going to present this, but here's what we need to do." You know. So
truth be told, Babyface was talented.
You follow what I'm saying? Now it ain't about no talent. It ain't about no talent back then. It wasn't about that.
Okay, cool. I got you. He was following. Was he propped up?
Because look at today. Look at today.
Propped up. Okay.
No
when we think about Babyface, we think about before R. Kelly came out, he was 2 albums in the game as a solo artist.
I love Babyface. I'm not taking nothing from him. It's a accomplishment, his artistry. That ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is those individuals that sit in those particular offices at those desks that have those contracts, unless you someone that can blow Master P's thought process out the water and do beyond what he did, that's an example, then you totally up in. I'll give you even further. If you can do what Michael Jackson did, forget that. If you can accomplish what Sam Cooke did in his era, it was unheard of.
Absolutely unheard of, unprecedented.
I'll come to you, man, and have a sit down in a conversation with you, dude. That ain't no conversation, dude. You want to just, you know what I mean? Man, dude, listen. And you ain't going, you ain't budging, you ain't gonna do what?
And you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Use. I was talking to a friend of mine about versus battles today. You know, because we had that through COVID. I think that it should still be going on. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. It's a cash cow. It's a cash cow. What the hell are you doing?
Don't get me started.
I feel, and we were talking about deceased people, and because I was watching a concert with Luther Vandross, man, and you know, I was like, damn, who could do a versus with him, and it would actually be a competition vocally, because you got to think about it. Luther wrote some of his songs, but a lot of his hit songs were remakes. Like A House Is Not a Home was a remake. Like, you know, you know, Don't You Remember Superstar remake. Right. He had some hits, of course, it was solo, but I look at it, I'm like, vocally, who could fuck with him, man? You know, I could say this. As much as I think that R. Kelly is the greatest R&B singer of all time, pound for pound, pound for pound for pound, I don't think that nobody could out sing Luther Vandross. There's not a human being built. And I'm talking about a Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye. Donny Hathaway comes close.
Come on.
And Donny Hathaway might beat him.
Okay. Okay. When we get to this music thing, okay, I got a solid foundation. So okay. All right, you're gonna pull it out of me. Okay.
Donny Hathaway might get him. You know, Donny, one of my guys, you know, and
you got to put that in a specific category. You can't have that as a blanket statement.
It's a vocalist thing.
You can't do that. That's like saying
pound for pound, R. Kelly.
And I'm gonna give you something that's up to date and give you something back in the day. That's like saying, and there's gonna be some controversial stuff probably for those in the chat. That's like saying Jasmine Sullivan can out-sing Gladys Knight.
Damn.
I know I'm starting something you ain't never heard of from music. I got a history of music in the depth of my soul, so I'm ready for this battle.
So that's a damn lie. That'll never happen.
But you see the point. You see the point that I'm making. You see the point I'm making. So you got to say it in a way. Okay, now
vocally, this is I'm laying it out like this.
Okay.
Vocally,
you got.
I don't believe, even though in a class by himself, R. Kelly has one of the strongest vocal talents, the operatic talent. He can do country. He can do everything. I was watching the Love Letter tour, and I was like, it's amazing that this man can turn bump and grind into an opera.
Yes.
And see,
every time I watch that, J-Rock, every time I watch that, I go to that part where when he was on stage, he had the red scarf around his neck. He had he's all black. He got the black jacket on.
Yeah.
And it's like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, something like 8 minutes. And he goes to the song, you know, are you ready? Who had the greatest sex? And then he forms it in a question what he's communicating with the audience. You know what I mean? And then he said, I'm coming. And then he gets, when he leaves the stage and goes to the side and comes, and when he comes down, he don't have a red scarf around his neck or the jacket, and he just have his shirt, whatever you on, and then security runs ahead of him. J-Rock know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about too.
That's I always go to that particular point of that Love Letter tour. The way he on the dime flip his you know what I mean? You know how he have the songs and he just on the spot of a dime he checked, and the way he did that. This is my point. This is my point about what Boosie Bad said. Hypnotized with hatred. If you watch that particular thing, even though you might not have been in that arena, when they span the camera, let me slow down. When you span the camera, you see Do you can see how many people probably was there? Do you see all the adoration and the love? Do you understand that there are men and women for no other reason just to behold that hypnotized with hatred?
Absolutely.
Now take someone that was close to you, that may be a business partner, intimate relationship, or a comrade, or whatever, and you didn't get what you want because you had some malicious intent and you felt some type of way that you didn't come up because of whatever. And then all of a sudden, these particular people on the other side, the prosecutors who got agenda to feed, they sort out and you, yeah, I said, what do you want me to say? Hey, I'm gonna put it. Yeah, I do it. You are you gonna give me a minute? Oh yeah. I'm in. I yield
Mhm.
back. I'm yield back.
You know what? And you know, you ain't wrong at all. You know, one thing, like I said, but one thing that I can safely say when I get to talking about vocalists, man, it's so many. You know, I was talking about how Jamie Foxx, I would say, in from 2000 and whenever he came out with his first album after Ray, you know, for a few years, he was the best vocalist in the game. For a few years. You know, and that was in a situation where you had the Trey Songz running around here, which he's subpar at best. He's a decent writer, but he's an R. Kelly wannabe. You see what happened when the first allegations came out with him. When the last time you heard of a Trey Songz album about to come out? Now when you people be creating these Mount Rushmores and talking they bullshit on Club Shay Shay and they ask these famous dumb niggas like Lil Rel who can kiss in my entire ass, you unfunny bastard. Ain't nothing funny about you but the way your ass look. That's it. That's it. That's it. You disrespecting the Cubs by putting on the outfit, making them even more of a loser than what they already are. But damn, I don't like that dude. You don't get up here talk shit about R. Kelly. If you put a rope around him, he put a rope around him. He didn't want your ass there. He had, and what make you think that he's coming for you? Want to ask you shit?
Jumping on the bandwagon. That's all it is.
Maybe he told his females that was around him that he didn't want them talking to lame niggas. How about that? Whenever you get done doing what you're doing. Because you ain't going to get the numbers that Cat Williams got on Club Shay Shay. Don't nobody give a shit about you, bro.
I'm just still nervous about the name Shay Shay. But I'll just leave that alone.
Look, we already know things that's understood ain't never got to be explained.
Let's bring J Rock in. J Rock ready to jump the gate. You ready to jump the gate? J Rock, walk us through what your mindset is at.
Well, let's go back to Tony Braxton for a minute. You said y'all brought the fact about Babyface. Now, I got one of my old Vibe magazines, the July 1997 Vibe magazine. In case you don't remember, let me refresh your memory. It is a white cover with Tony Braxton holding nothing but a sheet, and her arms is across her breast.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pretty much use your imagination based on that.
Right.
Now, you mentioned the fact about Babyface, you know, who wrote the Boomerang soundtrack, because we all know that's how the world got introduced to Tony Braxton. In this Vibe magazine, page 94, says Tony Braxton has worked with various top flight producers, including David Foster and Windy City Soul Man R. Kelly, whom she calls Amadeus. But it's her relationship with Babyface that's created her true gems in her repertoire. Now, obviously, Babyface had pretty much produced her first album, which, if I'm not mistaken, went 10 times platinum. Now, one of her remixes, How Many Ways, Your boy R. Kelly did that one, which was a bomb ass remix, by the way. And like you said before, things that's understood don't have to be explained.
Mm-hmm.
And people want to talk about hypnotized with hatred, and Muse brought up the love letter when he walked out in the crowd.
Yep.
I'll bring up another point. You remember when R. Kelly stopped by on an impromptu surprise appearance on the TV show The Voice?
Oh no. No, I ain't see that.
That was when it was Christina Aguilera, Pharrell, and other people. That was before John Legend was on there.
I was always curious about, did he actually get, you know what I mean? Okay.
You can pull it up on YouTube when that man sung I Believe I Can Fly. And he held that note.
I can fly.
For about a good
3 hours later.
Minutes.
How many did he actually hold it, J-Rock?
For about a good 7 to 7.5 minutes. He held that note.
I always wondered about them. Man, they did a loop on that, or is that actually, you know what I mean?
He was holding that note.
And I searched, and I couldn't get no, confirmation. I didn't
Lena
know.
McLean taught him circular breathing techniques.
Yes. I already know.
Circular breathing techniques.
Yeah. I know. I know.
And when I saw it, I was like, his teacher taught him that.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in the world. I'm like, ain't no way in the world he got that from a teacher.
If you want to see it, it is now in the private chat.
Okay.
You want to talk about hatred? If you see that and you tell me what other artists in this era can do what he did.
Now, do you recall what year that was, J-Rock?
That had to be about what, 2015, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That was just around the time the Buffett album was coming out?
I believe so. I know definitely it was between 2013 2015 for sure.
So
it was definitely between, because it was prior to John Legend.
So you telling me this now in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, you telling me this was in 2015?
Between 2013 2015, I believe.
Get my point.
He held a note. He had the whole crowd absolutely mesmerized. There were people like, he's still singing. He's still holding the note.
I always thought, because people be doing little, you know what I mean? That's when people was, start to mess and do disrespectful stuff. So I didn't know if they had, you know what I mean, mess with the, they video and upload stuff.
This was totally unedited.
Okay. Wow.
Am I lying there? It was about, I said, am I lying? It was about what, 7.5 minutes?
It was a long ass time, man.
Now that's a long J-Rock. You said now when you say okay, 3. Okay, somebody goes that's a good DC diver. Okay, they can hold their breath for, you know what I mean. Those are really like Navy. That Navy SEAL. They can hold their breath. How long? 4 minutes, 5 minutes. You saying, whoo, that's.
It wasn't him holding his breath. He was circular breathing.
Do you hear what I'm saying when I say holding your breath? Do you understand what it takes to be under as a Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? To deep sea dive, to dive, that far down, and you follow what I'm saying? It's the same. You know what I mean? Anatomy, lungs, and all that. So my point is to try to help people understand the sciences of that and the vocal ability in the art. Wow. What? I can see why people hypnotized with hatred. And here's the dumb, silly thing about that. The man ain't on no hate stuff. He gave away songs. He gives you songs. Now I don't know the details, J Rock, as far as how that worked, Provoke, about giving you collabing with someone, hey man, you can do something, hey man, you can get it, if everything is done, and you can have that. I don't understand the record label, hey, you got the marketing, okay, this song gonna do that song do that, you know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, now that's on so and so album. Okay, now that's I don't know how all the ins and how that work. I only understand from, I'm not mistaken, he wasn't even tripping on none of that and didn't care about none of that. He just give you a song. You blow up and you do well. You not even want even own none of that.
Right.
Do you hear what I just said?
Mm-hmm.
They need to stop playing with my intelligence, man.
Hey, before we go another further, man, we got 17 people in the chat, man. Make sure y'all liking, make sure y'all subscribing. If you ain't here for the first time, like, skip, share, and subscribe. I promise you won't regret it. I promise you, said it'll help us to grow the channel. People will be watching what we want to watch. Let's do it. Go ahead, Muse. Get back into your thing.
Blessing everybody. Y'all got some questions. Y'all hear what our thought process, what our heart is. You hear you see the title of the chat. Throw some questions in the chat for folks talk, and he'll slide it to the panel. Throw some questions in the chat, everybody. Throw some questions in the chat based on what we're talking about. Throw some chat.
By the way, I think I undersold R. Kelly when I said 7. I think he went about a good 8 minutes.
Oh, come on, there, right?
There were people in the crowd that was tearing up and crying. I kid you not.
Because people disrespected and did a lot of, and talking about that was a fluke. You know what I mean? That was, you know what I mean? They went to town on that. I don't even know if that's still around. They still got that in the algorithm in the YouTube sector, but they really was very, how people do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I used to watch that from time to time, and after a while I just stopped watching. You know what I mean? I'm about decency and the goodness, man. People when they get on the hate, man, disrespect them, I just can't sit down and be comfortable in an atmosphere, man, of disrespect, man, and hate and disrespect for no reason. You know what I mean? I just can't do it, man. When you got your own breath in your lungs and you got the activity of a limb and you got the same opportunities that any human being on the face of the earth, and yet you turn around and think that the planet owes you something and you want to point it. I just can't be a fan of that, man. I just can't do it. And then you link up with somebody who has the power to change laws. That's
right.
a judge, the prosecution, that's a DA. They got an influence, and you go with the narrative because you still broken.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to get help for your deficit and your trauma. How dare you live like that? How dare you?
Here's the thing you have to consider. When you talk about R. Kelly, who I have referred to numerous times as the greatest singer-songwriter of the modern era, you brought up people like Derek said that Luther Vandross is probably as musically gifted as any singer that we'd ever see in our lifetime. And that's including the likes of Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, R. Kelly himself. One of the things that, if you look at Teddy Pendergrass, that's raw masculinity as far as that voice. Strong strength, strong masculinity. Marvin Gaye was just as smooth as silk, but could be vocally strong at moments when he needs to be. Mm-hmm. The versatility of R. Kelly is probably the strongest point of his artistry, because he could do so much.
Yeah, I would say like if it was sports, he would be that 5-tool player.
Mm.
He got all the tools. Like he could do some of everybody. Where people are still like Luther was in Luther's box. Michael Jackson was in his box. Prince was in his box. But R. Kelly can hit all them boxes, then jump outside them boxes, do country, rock, opera. Who J Rock? Who J Rock? Just who?
I want to mention somebody. I ain't gonna compare. I'm not comparing this person when I mention. But this individual get lost in the matter of fact, he get forgot about. He's no longer with us. But if you really research this particular person I'm about to mention, um, I can see probably why. Don't have no evidence, but I'm just going. This is my thought process. I believe that it may be something um, questionable about how he passed. Because if you listen to this individual, you research his interviews. This person was heavy. They was talking about some stuff, man, and I didn't understand that until I came across some stuff. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know he was deep like that. I didn't know he was conscious on issues like that and really vocal and spoke out. I'm like, wow. And that particular era, that's pretty much like dangerous for you to do that. This person getting lost, they don't say nothing really about it. We don't even hear his name really like that. But he made a major imprint. It's a lot of negative connotation about relationship, all that. You know how they be salacious. But the individual I'm talking about, I'm going to say his name and just leave it alone. The late Barry White. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
Put that on ice.
Yeah.
And let that don't do.
Barry White, aka the Maestro.
If you heard him in interviews, his thought process, his passion, his heart about community and issues that we talking about today, Barry White was talking about that back then. The stuff that you hear in Provoked Thought, Barry White was talking about that back then. That blew my mind. So then when I started to go back in the pages and listen to his music, I'm like, ooh, wow. That was like taboo for artists in that era to do and step out like that and do that.
Oh yeah.
And those who did that in their song, what happened?
Right.
Donny Hathaway. Sam, we can go on and on. But those who didn't touch that, who just stayed in the, happy and party and dance and all of that.
They didn't want him talking about the ghetto. They didn't want Donny.
And we can slide this artist in there and we'll leave it alone. I'm gonna say it like this, and you're gonna know what I'm talking about. He was given the title Black Moses.
Isaac.
Come on now.
Mr. Walker.
Oh, we gonna cook the night on Provoked Thought. We're gonna cook the night on Provoked Thought.
Hey. I got a gas stove, so we gonna cook.
We got the grill smoking.
When we and trust me, we doing all of this talk for a reason. Trust me, it's going somewhere. Believe me. Most of our artists, man, people don't even realize 50 is a powerful number in the artist's life. When they start hitting them 50s, man, I get scared as hell.
Really?
We lost Luther in his 50s.
Yeah. Oh.
We lost Whitney at 50. You see what they did to the 52-year-old R. Kelly in 2019.
Yeah. Yeah.
Generally, any career that you have
Mm-hmm.
starts when you in your 20s and you able to retire from it when you in your 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And how old was Michael Jackson when he died on June 25th, 2009?
Was he 50? What was 50? What? 50 who?
Yeah, 50. He was 50. His birthday is in August. He was 50. I know he's 50 something.
It was the early 50s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you got to remember, trying to accomplish that
How
many.
old was Prince?
Um,
I think Mike was he 50 or
I know Mike was 50
about to be
something.
50? Mike was about to be 51.
Yeah, I think he was 50, or he's early 50. But I don't remember how old Prince was.
He was in his 50s.
Prince was in his 50s because him and Michael Jackson was born the same year.
Good for his age. That's probably why Prince still look good for his age.
Yeah,
So
Michael Jackson and Prince was born the same year.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. The late Roger Nelson is his name. Yeah.
You know, and like I said, it's important to understand.
Who got that catalog?
It's important that you understand the importance of the number 30 and the number 50.
Yeah, Kel's mentioned that. In that Gail King interview.
30.
Okay, love. Okay,
40,
love. Yes, you know, good night. Good night, Queen.
Pay attention to the number. Donny Hathaway got knocked off his box in his 30s, killed. Okay? Sam Cooke didn't even make it to his 30s. I don't think.
That's right, only Queen. That's right, only Queen. You got it. That's correct. You got it. They didn't want him to be talking like that. They wanted him to shut up.
It's something about them 50s, man.
Yep.
And
Michael Jackson was 50, Prince was 57.
Come up here, Lisa Mo.
She finna get up out of here, man. She said she gotta get up more, man.
Okay.
We can't do her like that, you know what I'm saying? So, gotta give her some rest. Shit, I mean, the crazy thing about it, man, we sit here and we had to look at these numbers, man. Your numbers ain't never lied. I feel like they took Gerald out for a reason. Gerald Levert's death seemed more sacrificial to me than anything.
Yeah, that always like, what's up? I just couldn't put my finger
Just
on
like
it.
Whitney seemed sacrificial to me.
It could be with Gerald, but I think, and I've heard a couple of interviews, and from the way it seems to be played out, from my point of view, I had one problem with Gerald Levert. I love Gerald to death. To this day, he's one of the greatest R&B singers of my generation. My only problem with Gerald Levert was I think he tried too much to try to please people that really didn't care about him. And what I mean by that, I mean people like that's over the committee, like for the Grammys and everybody else. Because if you really look at it, his final album, which was In My Songs, Gerald Levert never got a Grammy. But the one they gave him was a posthumous Grammy in which he died, and then they gave it to him. So when they did that, I was already on the F the Grammys train before that. Yeah. But once they did it, it solidified it for me.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't even his best work.
No, number one, it wasn't his best work, and number two was he wasn't worth having a Grammy when he was alive. But you're gonna wait to give it one after he died?
There you go. There you
No,
go. There you
hell
go.
no.
There you go.
Mhm.
Just like they
Keep them fucking flowers. Nobody need those.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Can't smell them. I'm dead. Shit.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
And
Right.
see,
Prince was a stair taker. Prince take the stairs.
And Gerald had a lot of respect and showed love for R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
An inevitability. There would have been a song for Gerald Levert written by R. Kelly, and it probably would have been some of the nastiest shit you ever heard. It may have been
one. There was one. R. Kelly did do one for Gerald.
Oh yeah.
If you go back to his Love and Consequences album, there was a song called "Men Like Us."
I don't remember that song. I've never heard of that one.
Well, you know, they all hung in them same circles because you got to think about Black Men United.
Yep.
Okay.
And that song "You Will Know."
Okay.
They already had collaborated before. You know, it's funny how a lot of people don't even understand that R. Kelly and Ron Isley had all linked up early in his career because of Heaven's Girl on Quincy Jones's Q's Juke Joint.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta pay attention, man.
Right.
You know, like, and the thing about it is, I'm telling you, R. Kelly was not expected. Nobody saw him coming. So they were pissed because they was primed for the number one spot.
But here's my thing with that, though. There, I hear that, and I agree with 1,000%. Here's my thing that I keep referring to this. You know what I mean? Just thankful to the age that I am. They're just a year apart. Just a year apart. You got to understand that he born in '67. I'm born in '66. You got to understand the music that we heard that was in the household, in the atmosphere, and in the community was music from
Right.
the 50s. No disrespect to nobody. That is not what I'm on. But I just need people to understand this point. From the 50s and even 40s, that was the music that we heard. Then once we born in that particular decade, what was going on in the 60s, and then we become raised in the 70s, and then the 80s, now then the 90s music, and then 2000. Do you know how much of decades that the man had? And to be, like you said, to be able to go back to an era where you was birthed and heard stuff before you came out of your mother's womb, and then your mother being a singer. Now you don't even know, we don't even know the lost catalog influence of music that his mother, as a teenager, as an adolescent, all the way up to adulthood, when she did become pregnant with him. You got to understand how women are endowed by the creator. They got feelers inside of them. So everything that was in her, as far as musically, that was in her soul when she was carrying this child, all of that was deposited in him. And everything that she was still listening to at her age, when she conceived, when she got impregnated by him, you got to hear what I'm saying. That is why they can't measure, they can't comprehend this man's artistry. I yield back and pass it to J Rock.
Well, if you take a look at it, I mean, if you look at this, if you look at the scenario, I mean, what and see, like you said, music like 50s and like the music in 50s and 40s back then. I grew up, I got older siblings. I got siblings that's like 10 and 13 years older than me. So, and I was born in the mid to late 70s. So I remember the 45s around the house and the 8 tracks. I go
Mhm.
I go back that far. I remember that. So that's why a lot of people like wow, you know a lot of old school
Yeah.
music because I was brought up around it.
Right.
And I
Damn
so I know about the greatness of Marvin Gaye, the greatness of Teddy Pendergrass, the Isley Brothers, Commodores. I know about them.
Right on.
'Cause-
Hey y'all, let's take a quick minute and welcome my girl, Miss Lady T, to the panel.
What up, everybody? What up, J Rock?
What up, Miss Lady T?
What up, everybody? I'm gonna
Miss
get.
Lady, how you doing, Queen? How you feeling? What's on your thoughts? Talk to
Oh man, y'all was talking about Donny Hathaway earlier. I
us.
thought of that too. I believe he was murdered.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was definitely murdered, man. Come on now, who the
They talk
hell?
about they say he was schizophrenic. He was,
that's a
Of
no. That's
course, they gonna say that shit.
yeah, no, that's a lie. That's a lie.
but they did diagnose him schizophrenic. They did
I mean,
before.
shit, he probably because he was
Of course,
nobody could see the people that he said was trying to kill him because they was never around when the other
that,
people was around. So
that's
how
a
the hell?
Mhm.
that's a narrative.
Uh,
The
And
same thing they did with Mr. Kelly's case. It's an identical thing. But you got to listen to what was Donny Hathaway's core message.
mhm.
What was he really all about? And when you have someone that predominantly control the influence of how music is perceived and how it's going to affect people, and you got somebody who's doing something like that in the artistry, and
Mhm.
you go to them and they say, "No, I'm not. No, I don't want to do that. Ain't what my artistry is about. That ain't what I'm about." And these people control and they have wealth and power and political influence and people in position where they can make laws behind them. And then they got people boot on the street, meaning they got goons and mobs on the street. Now look at the whole perspective. Now it's different now. They present you with an offer that you can't refuse.
Mhm.
I control the media because that's the idiot box to your urban community.
Mhm.
Y'all don't think we put all our lives and we put all our stuff we got in the book because you're not going to pick up a book and read. This is in their literature. This is what they say every day. Even today, they talk like this. They speak in code. So if you don't understand the majority language from that particular ethnicity in their codes, they get you all caught up in all the foolery because they study. That's why I believe Facebook, Twitter, and all this crap was invented.
Mhm.
Now all of a sudden they're talking about shutting down TikTok. Why? Why?
Pray tell, huh?
I yield back.
And another thing, Marvin Gaye too. Yeah, he was killed by his father, but his own father was jealous of him.
His own father was a cross dresser.
His father was very jealous of him.
Deep, man. I don't know, man. It's crazy because in the
Mhm.
70s, it seemed to be they was trying to you look at what happened, um, with Sam Cooke or Otis Redding, what almost happened to Al Green. And it seemed as if 30 was the year in age, and I think that at a point somebody figured it out and it was like, no, we can actually have these people working to their 50s. Instead of the age 30, why don't we wait 30 years? Then we'll kill them. We're not maximizing our, as long as they can still sing, no matter how old they are. You can kind of see that. We got, Charlie Wilson still, he gonna be singing till he crow. Look like Johnny Gill gonna be singing, New Edition, all of them gonna be singing till they gone. Just like Patty, just like Gladys. And a lot of other respected artists, man. That are respected, but obviously they still kicking, so they sold a good chunk of their soul or sacrificed enough people to still be around. Who knows? But I do know one thing. Hey, what's going on, K baby? How you feeling? I know that we have literally allowed ourselves, the nation has allowed itself, because I'm not in that number of the people that's been tripping. They've allowed themselves to be brainwashed to a level that's absolutely epic. I'm sorry, Mr. Chucky P, but you done fell asleep, so now I got to block that ass for a day, because this second time I had to. You ain't woke up nothing. So I catch you on next time. Don't take that shit personal. Just don't fall asleep on your phone. Any thoughts, J Rock? Any thoughts?
What up, K baby? What up, K baby? I ain't seen you in this music black. What up, K baby? I ain't seen
coming in. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend.
Yeah,
you know what it is.
That's my girl, K baby. What's up?
Yeah, K baby been in this and putting up dupes up in this fight for a while now.
Gates from the dope from the beginning.
Everywhere for a while now. She's a veteran.
Certified soldier.
And I don't even really think she coming and fucking with nobody's channel if it ain't about the right.
Man, certified soldier. That's my girl.
So when she popped up, when K baby, I promise you, when you popped up, I smiled a bit. Because I'm like, okay, I must be doing some shit right. Because I've seen how you moved for a while.
Yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl. I can vouch for her. That's my girl.
And you move accordingly. And I can tell when channels get drama filled, you kind of back up off that shit.
Yeah.
And then I catch you with something where somebody talking about some shit that they got some sense. So welcome. I appreciate you for being around for me.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, it made me feel good, because truth be told, I've been around and I've been doing this, but taking this trip off the porch and creating my own channel is a tumultuous task. Just to be honest, I got a lot of other things that are really going on in my life, but I know that when God compels you and moves you to do things, you gotta stay the course.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stay the course. Because that's, even with the pressures, the attritions, the things that happen, like I said, we'll get in detail on one of my lives. I'll get real transparent and let y'all know the shit show that happens in my life sometimes.
Right.
Because it's about being real here. Not looking for nobody to woe is me or whatever the case may be, but hopefully I can be a testimony to somebody.
Right. And that there it is, Provoke. no one, no one, I believe in this world, can walk through this without being touched. But if you're not equipped to understand what to look for and how to navigate and how to maneuver, man, you in trouble. And a lot of times, you know, people have the greatest intention. They're very articulate. They're very well read, well versed, but it don't reach you
Right.
because they don't have that particular experience that resonate in your soul. We could
Right.
talk about music from the 90s. A lot of people's like, man, man, yeah, the roots was good. And then people like, man, but I love De La Soul. They're like, man, De La Soul was good, man, but man, Rakim and Eric B was my dude. It's all about who touch you, who reach you. You know what I mean? No disrespect to none of them. You don't cancel them out. They all got a position at the table. But it's what who touch you, who reach you. And that's what this all about. You know what I mean?
You know, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I do things the way that I do things, you know, on this channel. Like I said, we'll have our times like today where we'll just run through, you know, all things R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? All things R. Kelly. Because this is the reason why I'm here, why a lot of people are here. But I sat back one day and I thought, hey, what a great way, knowing what we know, knowing what we knew about Michael Avenatti, knowing what we know about the Rico and the setup and everything, that I could flip the game and be able to pull people in that wouldn't have necessarily even been there.
Right.
So I started talking about, whether people like it or not, the injustices of our former American president.
Yeah.
Because there are some injustices that are popping off. And we can't keep on having this vicious cycle. I don't like for people to say, okay, free R. Kelly, and everything that they said about him was a lie, but we can say throw this person in jail.
Mm-hmm.
It's called due process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called reserving judgment until the end. And I reserved judgment until the end with the R. Kelly case. And when I got to the end, I'm like, my conclusion was, how in the hell did they lock him up?
Mm-hmm.
But just like how in the hell did they find Jonathan Majors guilty? How in the hell? And the issue is that when they want you so bad and they deem you this monster, they got to see that shit through.
There you go. And he was running for his life, and she was chasing him, bro. He was running from her.
Which means, is she crazy? She done probably pulled knives on this man, all type of kill herself in the house, all type of shit.
Man, please.
You know, and like I said, hey, when he made a choice. And it is what it is, but that's your choice, and this is your result, and whatever, man. I mean, I'm not, you do what you do, but at the same time, your choices.
Right. Like they try to downplay the aftermath and the after effect after the verdict and all of that and whatever the person received with them officers in LA. You know what I mean? Oh, he deserved it because you look what he did. No, that don't negate. We saw it on tape what happened to Rodney King, and he still was trying to what? And then all others was acquitted. We saw it on tape.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about his life, what was going on. You don't know what the person was dealing with. You don't know what kind of struggle they had. Forget all of that. But that's how they vilify. That's how they do. That's how they do. They pick and they try to get something. And even some they have twist and finesse. Even if man, these people are evil. And we saw it on tape what they did. That don't warrant how you was trained, what the procedures are. That don't warrant that. Yet they was acquitted, and we saw it on tape. And if you think they're not still doing that today, mm, huh, huh, may God have mercy on your soul. Is even more so. They are so arrogant and narcissistic about it, and so bold about it, that they even invented a lot of stuff to get us mesmerized and distracted by all this other stuff. Sports, entertainment, movies, and all of that. Oh, I know I'm stepping on some toes when I say this, and yeah, I'm gonna hurry up and yield back. But I know what I'm saying. I put my life on it with one bullet in the chamber up to my forehead. They got you distracted with all this stuff across the four corners of the globe. If you think I'm lying, do your research about the laws, the law, and everything that has happened. Uncle Mills, yield back and make this final point. What you talking about? Okay. All right, let me say this. The President of the United States of America, the President of the United States of America, placing in the center of a circle the forces that surrounds power, the forces that surrounds the President of the United States of America is always the real power. So when you vote for a president of the United States or the vice president, you haven't voted for no one. Because the forces, the individuals that surrounds power is who controls this country. Attach that to the super wealthy elitists. And I'm not talking about nobody who's rich and got money.
Right.
Wealth of influence, power, I'm talking about. You think I'm lying? Why they talking to Emos and Bill Gates and I hear about you got it.
Right on.
You got it.
All right, so check this out, man. I'm finna flip some shit to something that's been on my mind, and we're gonna get back on subject. Okay, we're gonna stay on code. So, I noticed that, we got a lot of people, especially a lot of those who have been in our fight with R. Kelly for the past 5 years, and a lot of people are gravitating into my chat, and I truly appreciate it. One thing that I want to ask some of the people that I know have been here and know what we want to hear and how we want for our chats to go, even though over here it's been a little mellow, because we have a diverse crowd and we have a bunch of provoked thinkers. I'm provoked thoughts, and you are my thinkers. Let me know, any of you, if you want to take on the responsibility of a moderator. We are in the process of growing this channel, and I do need people to actually monitor my chat and make sure that everything is cool. I actually got a few people now. I've selected a few people by default, but it's always nice to have more. Just to make sure that our situation is the other way that it should be. So if you want that, let me know. If you don't, of course, you're not going to say shit. But let me know. You can throw a one in the chat, or let me know, and I'll get you together, and then you can help me out, help me to grow this thing, because I know a lot of you are very influential across YouTube. So let's go and let's get these messages across that we need to get people aware of, especially when it comes to our good brother R. Kelly, because he has definitely been used to further the injustice in our entire country. We knew that a while ago. Well, we were scratching our head. Why would they do this to him? Why would they violate every right? So we need to go ahead and now that we've kind of cleaned the slate and have people that aren't going to be caught up in the drama. And I'm the type of person, you can talk about me like a dog and I won't address that ass. I don't care. I just don't care. Because at the end of the day, you're not my God. You ain't got a heaven nor hell to put me in. And I was brought here for a reason. And I won't let you take me away from my reasons. Not man. There's no man that can do that. No weapon they can form against me that could ever do that. And on that note, let's get back into this kale shit. Like I said, man, today was in my mind R. Kelly Day. I have those maybe about 100 times a year where I'm just gonna bump Kale until I get tired and it don't look like I ever get tired. I've realized that you can put on his albums and start them and go from number one to number 5, and by the time you get done, you just time to kick your ass to bed. How about it? That's a catalog. So Muse, you with me, Mr. Black, Mr. Brother Muse?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I appreciate the light that you shed because you put such a perspective on this thing to where it goes so deep into that spiritual realm that it's undeniable. People don't understand that a lot of this is just a spiritual attack. Devil ain't got no new tricks. That's why we keep on seeing this shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. Same narratives, different people, same shit, different toilet. Because the devil is a simpleton. And we really have to really understand that the devil ain't got no new tricks. Mm-hmm. He comes kill, steal, and destroy. He is a liar, and he's an accuser and a finger pointer. We never came into this R. Kelly fight to accuse anyone of anything. We were trying to get our boy together. And we was trying to make sure that the truth about the situation came out. At this point now, with everything being where it is, I can accuse the shit out of a Lenita Carter. I can accuse the shit out of a Geronda Pace. Definitely an Azriel Clary. I'm accusing your ass of being a lying, vindictive person who couldn't cut the mustard in a relationship, and you decided that you needed to check in order to get out of it because you never loved the man in the first damn place. We got this New York appeal that we gonna get to hear this oral argument on Monday. And it is now time for zero drama between people who claim that they're for R. Kelly.
On that note, I'm gonna say one word and help me chat. Help me, K baby, everybody in the chat, Darlene. Have y'all ever heard of the word stowaway? Everybody is familiar with that word. I believe, I would step on the limb and say, I do believe everybody understands that word. Stowaway. It can be on a plane, they wasn't privy to. It can be in a person's family life. relationship, business deals, but stowaway. You know what a stowaway is? There's a lot of people come in your life and how they get in as a stowaway.
Hiding in the cargo area.
I yield back to Provoke. I yield back.
Hiding in the bushes.
People think that don't exist no more, Provoke. That's the tragedy of that.
Yeah, you know what?
We ain't talking about no human individual.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Look at the spirit of the character behind the person. You love the person and you want to plant a seed of enlightenment that hope that it illuminate and change their direction. At the same time, you might have to keep your hand on that doggone rock wall on your hip. That, you know what I mean? That might be chrome, may be black, may be silver. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to harm nobody. But you got to, you know what I mean? There are some people in life you got to safeguard your heart with, even in your family.
So look, you know what?
Stowaway.
And I'm gonna be and stowaway is for real. And it's and you brought this to me on this one, and I gotta take it somewhere.
Are you back?
Hey, I gotta take it somewhere, man. People don't even understand. So people don't even understand stowaway and what it means, how it can affect your life. Now, you got people that love and hate Donald Trump, right? But I'm finna let him give some game as he reads a poem called The Snake. Okay? Now, this is some of the deepest stuff that you might have ever heard. But it's something that I wish that R. Kelly could have heard. Because a lot of times we will know that somebody is a snake and we'll let them in. And we'll act shocked when some bullshit happen. So
I'll take it out.
Now, has anyone ever heard the snake that I read every once in a while? I can do it if you'd like.
This is also akin to everything that's happening at our southern border, but this applies to life.
Okay. Okay.
Should I?
And he used that analogy very much for the issue of immigration.
On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the broken snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a curvature of silk, and then laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. Now she stroked his pretty skin, and then she kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. I saved you, I saved you, I saved you, cried that woman. And you've bit me heavens why. You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die.
The woman's answer is, well, why would you do this to me? And he said, well, I'm a snake, right? And so you brought me into your home, and it's hard to believe that you didn't know what I was.
Stowaway.
a professional killer, right? Just because you brought me in doesn't mean I wasn't going to ultimately revert back to my basic form.
Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
You knew it. A lot of times, we allow for snakes to come in, knowing they snakes, thinking that somehow miraculously what we're doing is going to change the situation. And that person, a snake, is a snake, is a snake, is a snake.
Can I repeat Plies again just for a moment?
Do your thing, man.
Like, if y'all have not heard Plies, I don't care what you think about him, when you think about rap, it don't even matter. He just quoted a poem, Mr. Trump, but it's also just lyrics, and that's all it is, poetry. That's it. That's what all rap is. Pop told you that's all it was. Plies said, and I'm gonna tweak the words based on what he said, addressing, people in the street and just life in the hustle and all that. If a person's heart is not right, there is no telling what they would do.
I'm gonna tell you this.
When a person is broken, when they have a deficit, when there is trauma. I got social workers in my family, Professor Provoke, and my heart goes out to people that suffer mental, emotional, and it even affect your spirit, your physical, your behavior, your cognitive thinking is altered. That's spiritual. Anything that happened in the natural that hits you to that degree affects your spiritual. Mind, body, and spirit is the human form. People think they can do any and everything in the natural and everyday life and that have no repercussions. Why do you think Big Mama and Pawpaw always said when you brought someone in the house or you dated someone or they went to that, who was that? They was calling you all that and they tell you, I don't want the so-and-so back in my house. Well, Mama, you always say that. Why you every time I bring it? Baby, I'm going to tell you, his spirit ain't right. Big Mama, you ain't even you don't even know him. That's my baby. I'm gonna tell you. His boy, granddaddy said, boy, her spirit ain't right. There's something coming off her that ain't right. It disturbs my spirit. We hear all the time. While all of a sudden now I'm talking, and we act like we don't comprehend what I'm talking about. Kel said with Tabitha Smiley, and I yield back to Brother Provoke Thoughts. You have to be the soldier in the midst of the war to even understand what I'm talking about.
And one thing about that snake situation, man, I do feel that my brother Kells, man, he let a lot of known snakes in. And when he got bit, I don't know whether he was surprised or not. But you knew, and like I said, this is with love, man. All in my heart for my boy, man. You knew when you sent that girl to the crib that she was a snake. And you took her in and she bit you, bro. She bit you good. You know, to the point where just like in that poem, you might surely die. You know, but you know, all is not lost because we ain't finna let it happen. I look at things in such a way that we've been put here to embark on one of the most amazing journeys of all. This is revolutionary war times, bro. You know, I done been in the army. I done had rounds go over my head, bro. At the end of the day, I ain't afraid of shit. So me opening up my mouth and saying how I feel and trying to impart this knowledge of injustices, especially with R. Kelly, because that was what brought us here. And I say that because if it wasn't for him, a lot of people wouldn't have had a voice. You see how many ignorant Negroes came up with profiles and came up with content and couldn't even put two fucking sentences together, but they was all R. Kelly. All right, shit. Let's get this rolling, you know. So I truly, you know, and I can't express this enough. I'm very, very appreciative because when you're doing the right things, God gives you grace and he shows mercy. And I know I'm sitting on the side of right. I know I'm on the right side of history. Like I said, I can't win for losing when it comes to people because my thought processes get me cursed out by a lot of people. I get called a lot of names by a lot of people because I choose to read, because I choose to think, and because I choose to question what the news media has to say to me. The issue with the reason why R. Kelly is locked up more so than anything to me is because of everything that happened on the YouTube streets and everything that didn't happen on the YouTube streets.
Elaborate.
When you get to, I'm going to expound. When you get to the point where you're reaching out, you know what I'm saying, the attorneys are reaching out to people on YouTube and, you know, their name is coming up and
they could be disbarred.
You know, it's.
I'm hoping they be disbarred, and that is no disrespect.
You know,
you do not deserve to ever practice law across the four corners of the globe on this planet Earth ever again.
Yeah.
And I hope their heart is convicted from above that they change their ways. If they decide by their free will and power of choice that they do not want to do that, may God have mercy on their soul.
In that order. So, you know, like I said, we're at an interesting point, man. We just have to keep on fighting, man. And you know, we get new blood in here all the time, but people don't realize. But you know, people like K Baby, no DV, no everybody that's unseen me in the chat or seen me on the panel, man, know that I got skin in the game. They know it. That's why the chat don't come up with bullshit questions with what we talk about. I'm talking about whatever subject because we got skin in the game over here. You know, like I said, I appreciate it. Now I'm absolutely humbled by the way that things have went so far, and the fact that we are able to get the truth out, man. It's like it seems as if, like I said, and it wasn't even a sneaking way, you know, to try to or an angle to try to do it, man. My heart literally compelled me to speak on situations when it came to what's going on with R. Kelly, just like it did with what's going on with the injustices and the two-tier justice system that's affecting our government and our elections right now.
Right.
So this ain't no play. Although I'm not stupid, and I promise you that after I said and I thought, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I'm really doing this. So Now I got to talk about Michael Avenatti to everybody. Because everybody don't know all the shit this man did.
Yeah. He didn't just come out of the thin air.
Michael Avenatti is a motherfucker, and he got to be exposed. He tried to take down our president, and when that didn't work, he came and helped with taking down our favorite singer in R&B. Because they had to test that Rico on somebody. He got enough shit going on. Let's grab him. Let's do a documentary. Let's get this shit going. As pathetic as it is and it sounds, these are the things that happened to this man. You know, one of the main things that kills me is the 70 days of solitary confinement. So you try to confuse the man's mind so he's willing to speak on any motherfucking thing while you got Tawana Ingram monitoring, stealing his shit.
That's what his attitude, to break you while you're in there. That's why I sent you that
They
video.
put him in solitary to break him 70 days.
That's it.
70 days. And you can't explain that reason. That's cruel and absolute unusual punishment, especially for somebody who is pre-trial. You can blame it on COVID. You can blame it on the man in the motherfucking moon, but the shit's not right.
Right.
It's just not right. It's not fair. It's not impartial. It checks off none of the boxes for me.
And that's what gets me, Brother Provoke. Individuals in their soul, because I hear it on my job, they don't realize that they doorstep to be touched. They don't get it. You really got people who really believe that they can't be touched. Oh, they ain't got that's their problem.
So get out of there real quick, get sent out there real quick and be like, hey, what's going on, man? It's me, Bob. No, we don't know you.
And they don't understand in the back door dealings, there are laws that's been passed while all this mess was going on and all this distraction was going on. We know in the hood. Come on, K baby. Everybody in the DY. Come on, DV. You ought to know. Oh, you ought to know how they do. Hey, how they go? You getting something happen? Even if you get to with something, or you do. Hey, well, you ain't the big fish, but you work with the big fish. They already know. They've been surveilling the hood. They got scope. They already do. Hey, and then what they do? They go in the back door. You know what I mean? The fence probably. Hey, you give me him, I give you him. Now you give me that, give me that. It's, in other words, it's a monopoly game that they play. It's a monopoly game. They control the fashion and the trends of this country. You don't control no fashion. You think artists be developing and becoming? No, artists don't have nothing to do with that. It's controlled by the Committee of 300. That's a whole nother lie. I'll talk about that on Big Rise 24-hour live that's coming up.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, this 24-hour live going to be about on fire because, of course, we got people that's got their own channels now. We're going to be bouncing back and forth. Things going to be amazing.
Finna be lit. Okay, baby? Please. I'm pleading with you. I'm begging you. I know you got a lot going on. You doing for not. Please be on that doggone 24-hour live and some segment that they, you already know what you need to do to, keep your ears to the ground to see what's going on to get up there. We got, please, K baby. Hey, y'all, please be on that 24-hour live because the way nephew Vi is planning this is going to be epic. This going to be so, man. I'm already provoked this morning. I'm already preparing. I'm already been in the lab. What you heard tonight is just a very small glimpse from me.
Mm-hmm. And you know me, you know what I'm gonna do. You know I'm finna tie some shoestrings.
I don't want no channel. I don't want no platform. That ain't my expertise. I know my man Provoke.
Look here, you literally are.
That's not my thing.
That special guest.
There you go. I just
and truth be told, you provide order. You provide a lot of different things, man.
That's it.
You do. So I have no problems, man. I look for you. I ain't got no problems with it because sometimes you get me in order. That's what we need.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like I said, when it comes to, like I said, this what we doing, man, is such a beautiful thing, man, because I never thought that I'd be sitting up here creating content and perfecting my page in order to make sure that it's present.
You didn't even want to do this. You didn't even want to do this until Big Back kept pushing you. I'm so glad you listened to him and listened to us.
Because now, from what I gather, I'm bringing heat.
You see why it's needed? You see why it's needed?
But I told him, I was like, man, look, I look at things like when I'm representing myself, it got to be all the way right. So,
yes, sir.
I'm not only am I representing this, and like I said, it started with my intro. I had to make sure that the message was proper.
Right.
I mean, just like when you watch the Jeffersons, fish don't fry in the kitchen. And beans don't burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. So when you hear how long before we start up the movement, you need to understand how long we done been getting fucked forever.
Right. Yeah.
We've been watching our people get fucked forever. Yep. How long are we gonna sit our asses back, allow lynchings to pop off in this country against us, not say or do a damn thing?
That's why I love what that comment that Pac said in one of that album. He said, I forgot what the album is. It didn't come to me right away. He said, is it a crime to fight for what is mine? That is, when I think about that quote, I'm like, that is the most powerful. I'm like, wow. And that's what it is. They look at you like, I don't have a right to stay. This is not the Kel said. I didn't do this. Use your common sense. Love me, hate me, all of that. But just use your common sense. Just think.
Get your mind right. Pay attention to why would I, after everything I've been through, what are you talking about?
It don't even make sense for me. But they are so programmed and deceived and was manipulated to the point that you had an individual, a lady, I believe she was part of the Time's Up, not the Me Too. I think she was part of the Time's Up, whose son got caught up. So similar allegations, and she stepped down. Was that chat family? Y'all know who I'm referring to. Was that the lady from? We ain't got to say her name. We don't own that. We ain't got to mention that. Just put it in the chat. Was that the lady?
Time's Up.
Okay, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? When you on the course of your life of malicious intent, people think in their mind, and I yield back to Provoke thought, they think in their mind that because they have free will and the power of choice, meaning I can go out here and make a decision, I can get up like I'm doing. I just stood up out of my seat and I'm sitting there. Nothing in my body, in my DNA, God decree, put that in me. I have to try, I can do that. I have enabled to do that. They think because I go out here and do something that may be against the law, I might, get over whatever. Some fraction of law, this and that. Because oh man, got to the crib. Oh, man, hey, you got away. Hey, bro. Hey man, I almost got you, bro. I almost thought you, man. I ain't gonna get you, bro. Hey man, I tell you, man, you left the door for me, bro. Man, I'm good. They think because I got away, and it's been 6 months, been 8 months, been a year. That ain't nothing happened. They don't get that internally, you lay down and go to sleep. I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna yield back. This is gonna be one of my quotes for the night. This is gonna be one of my quotes for the night. It's gonna be so simple, K baby. Provoked thought. It's gonna be so simple that it's gonna shadow and unrest everybody that's in this chat. Sleep, rest, taking naps would never help you when your soul is tired.
Hey, Derek.
Yes, sir.
Well, not everybody believes all narratives, because I just dropped a video in the private chat. Dude I saw on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen this video or not.
Okay.
But this dude, he must have been seeing. He must have been seeing your content, Big Vibe, or been listening to our discussions. Because this guy done damn near said a lot of our shit almost verbatim.
Shit, let's see what's up. Hold on, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. Let me find out that this bastard running his mouth and he gonna get a good roasting real quick. At damn near 3 after the club done closed. That's what the fuck finna happen. Let me see.
I need to track this dude down.
Well, Tales from the AG, I done heard of this nigga. Let me see. I done heard of this nigga. Wait a minute. Slow down. Wait a minute. Stop this motherfucker. What the hell is he talking about? He got 59 minutes worth of shit. He in the car. Well, you got to start somewhere, baby. It's all good.
I saw the video, and then Lady D, she wound up put some of the content on her in a video on her page.
I ain't gonna even say nothing. I ain't gonna be negative about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because truth be told, hey, if you heard some shit, you feel like you want to bring your ass on over here, you can come join this panel and get in this barbershop.
Yeah,
that's the way I feel about it. Each one, man. We gotta do it like that. Let me see. Let me pull this shit up, man. Okay, my shit working right tonight. Yeah, it was acting the fool the other day. All right, so let me go ahead and move that around so I can play with that real quick. See what this fool really. See what this clown shoes niggas talking.
Giving girls tickets, lower me, having sex. Yo, what's happening? Gotta make sure I get my camera set up right. Yo, what's happening? Thank y'all for tuning into the Just Keep It Real show. Thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into the Just Keep It Real show. So before we do anything, people, make sure that y'all go hit that big red subscribe button, people. Make sure that y'all go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. Share, click, and like this video. Just keep it real, family. Just keep it real, gang. Let's see what it do. But today we got a very, 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 very interesting topic. Comment down below, or whatever you want to do. Comment down below. Tell me how you feel about it. But we got some news to talk about today. And we're going to talk about that bad man. I got him as a GOAT. I don't know what you got him as, but I got him as the R&B GOAT, named Mr. Robert R., a.k.a. R. Kelly. That's a bad man, y'all. That's a bad man. But we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly day that a lot of my...
This nigga. All right, oh shit, here we go. Let's see.
A lot of my people out in the world, they be uncomfortable. They be bothered by the fact that I got love for R. Kelly. A lot of people are mad, but a lot of people love the fact that the R&B king still got hope to come home. A lot of people just mad, bro. A lot of people just mad because that man been blessed. A lot of people mad because he a man that people favor. He a man that women wanted. You know, and a lot of people gonna start saying all kind of negative shit. But let me get right into it, man. Mr. R. Kelly, Robert Kelly. Let's give him his flowers for being the GOAT. Now, a lot of y'all, before we get started in the video, because a lot of people gonna watch it, and people gonna say, well, you know, we got this session. Before we get started into the video, take yourself out the story. Remove yourself from the story. Remove yourself from the story, so you won't get a false interpretation or misunderstanding. And the second thing I want to ask all y'all people, was you there when you heard all these allegations? Because see, a lot of people got something to say. A lot of people got something to say and say, well, you support this, and that, and the third. But how many times do we judge people by ear and not by eye? So if we judging a person by the ear and not by the eye, that means you wasn't present. I wasn't present. You wasn't present. So neither one of us seen these allegations.
Oh, I'm gonna give a nigga a little credit on that. Them facts. You know, if you ain't seen the shit, then now you're gonna talk about shit. You know, so I get it. I ask you all the time. Was you in the bedroom with him? Did you grab a titty? Do you know what happened? But now you a pedophile lover, then they get spaz out, and here we go again. Vicious cycle.
Yeah, because they can't back up what we talking about.
And it's simple shit. Was you in the room? But she said, and they said, and said, my ass. Said the entertainer. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Leave me alone. You know, I mean, it just is what it is, man. Let me keep moving.
So why are we judging a person based off because women can come in front of a goddamn camera or the internet or a microphone or stage it for something that's really not how it is and say, you know what? I can do this shit because ain't nobody gonna disagree with me. Ain't no woman gonna disagree with me. See, this is one of the main problems that we got in America, that we judge people and we accuse people by ear, not by eye, because people don't like to say what it's by eye. Because
so far, I just feel like that he might have us, you know, he may just be struck with the gift of common sense. That's where I'm at with him. It sounds familiar, but it's like, you know, if common sense is about, it's going to turn up the same.
Yeah. Let's see.
You know, you heard Noobs talking the other night. You know, he, like I said, he's totally out of the genre, ain't been in the genre, but his thought processes pretty much line up. You feel me? Because it's about common sense.
Yeah, keep in mind this video, I think this video was about a month ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see.
Then they're gonna say, well, you know, but man, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear none of that. Because see, all you people that are accusing R. Kelly, ain't none of y'all motherfuckers was there. Not now one of y'all was there. So let's get it straight. Well, you got daughters, how would you feel? Like I said, was you there? Because see, the problem that I got is that we accuse people all the time of many different allegations, but we wasn't present. It's time to put notoriety on people conversations. This 2024, man. This 2024. It's time to put notoriety and make people prove what the fuck they saying. I hear a lot of people saying stuff, but they can't prove that. So you just talking just to be talking. Women empowerment. Women empowerment ain't doing a goddamn thing for the world. Women empowerment, I don't want to hear that. That's over with. You can't use that no more. Men is supporting women in the world. We live in a world where men support women. You look at the platforms that women got, men support them. There's nothing a man can get in this world. No government assistance, no nothing. But we're going to stick to the topic. R. Kelly. Mr. R. Kelly. So let's talk about that bad man. Let's talk about it, baby. A lot of
that nigga was jumping all off the fuck topic. Shit. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's pause this nigga out. Because goddamn, I'm like, wait a minute. You went somewhere else. I get what he's saying, and I feel let me jump in the middle of his shit because he's about to piss me. I don't know what the fuck, man. Damn.
Yeah, go to about the 15-minute mark.
I mean, I can see where you seeing what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and be nice.
The black men say, why y'all giving that white dude, why he giving y'all tickets? Ain't nobody asked one time why that white guy was giving all them little young girls, 12 and 13 years old, tickets. He was already messing with the older women. So this was a white guy. Pay attention. This was pay attention, y'all. From South Carolina, go Google it. So, man, this dude went on a rampage and got down, giving girls tickets, load them in, having sex with them, give them all kind of diseases and every damn thing else. Not one time, hundreds of goddamn innocent little girls, innocent little girls. Not one damn time did black women question that shit. Not one goddamn time did our black women question why this white man giving y'all tickets. Yo, why that white man giving y'all tickets? Not one time we question that shit. No, we ain't question that. Nah, they ain't want to question that shit. Because you know what? No, that white man wouldn't do that. But that was a black man doing that same goddamn thing. Oh, you know, hey, something ain't right about that black man giving out free tickets. And he a DJ. Why he always got to give you those free tickets? Stay with me. Don't go no way. I promise you. Don't go no way. Stay here with me. Because I'm going to deliver. If this was a black man, first thing they would say, something ain't right about that man giving you tickets all the time, and he be looking at her funny. So this white man was able to affect hundreds of innocent black girls and women. I want y'all to stay with me for a minute. Don't go no way. So this man was able to do
this nigga.
And who he's talking about is DJ Kid Pope. Who, if anybody's followed the story, you know this dude infected nearly 700 black women and girls with HIV.
HIV, yep. And walk around.
And what I saw on Lady D's page,
600 or something. Yep.
It was over 600, nearly 7.
Yep.
And
you see that, J-Rock? You see that, how they do that, Provoke? You see that, everybody in the chat? Are y'all listening to that?
Oh, yeah.
But in the chat and people in the bushes gonna squash that and excuse that. How dare you do that? May God have mercy and God forbid anything come knocking at your door.
And the messed up part about it was, I think on Lady D's page, she said something to the effect that even DJ Kid Pope's sentence got commuted down from 30 years to 19. So in essence, he got less time than what R. Kelly got.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of let that marinate for a while.
Say, we ain't got. Look, I can see the similarities of, and I've heard from this guy before. On other topics, I think I didn't subscribe. Maybe I'll do that right now. Let's see. That's how hey, I saw it. You subscribe. I'm now Tales from AG fan. So let's. That boy get the real truth and show evidence of R. Kelly. Damn, boy, that boy got that content. What? All right.
R. Kelly should be released immediately.
Oh yeah, he's Make sure y'all go over the Tales from the AG
Because
and like that
then
man.
they're gonna say, well, yeah.
Like that man content, man. Go over there and check him out. Cause I'm almost certain that he. All right, I'm sending that link for you, man. Yellow Beezy. I'm sorry, I wasn't even looking at my screen. Forgive me, man. Could you please? Y'all gonna make me run to the speedway and get a coffee while the live going. I might go and cut my Keurig going real quick. Let me see. Run this link for my mans here. Because we're coming in hot. We got 20 people in the chat right now. If you're new, make sure you like, make sure you share, sure you subscribe, smash up them likes, man, so people can know that we out here doing content and we doing it right. Okay? Right. Doing it right. All right, my man Yellow B should be popping in his head in here in a second. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead. There you. What's up there, my guy?
Here I am, man. What's good, everyone?
Man, always a treat when the players come and meet, baby.
You already know, Eric.
Mm-hmm. You know, I call y'all now. I had to think of it. I'm like, I got provoked thinkers jumping on here. They can think for themselves, man. We all thinkers up in here, man. You know, we come up with these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So we in here, bro.
Yeah, I've been watching this content myself. I had to instantly subscribe.
Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, man. Get at my man's Tales from the AG, man. Like I said, I had to think about it. You know what, J Rock? Yeah. I ain't mad because if he repeating and it sounds that's somewhat similar, he listening to what we talk about or he coming up with it on his own, man. Good job.
He was going in. He was going in. He was saying like I don't want to hear the other stuff y'all talking about now. Ask me to show because the main thing he could say, show me the evidence. Exactly. Show me the stuff y'all talking about.
Exactly.
Y'all coming up with all this stuff talking about a BS TV show. But where's the actual evidence y'all talking about this man and did?
And walking on red carpet on top of that. How's that victims? I never seen victims getting awards and shit like that. Excuse my language.
Yeah, you just did. Don't worry about it.
Victims behind.
And that's why I kept telling people, like when I pulled up that article in regards to that settlement that argument R. Kelly had that issue in that concert in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I told people it was a half-truth article because of the date, because to me they intentionally put in the wrong date. But I said I guess I shouldn't be surprised that MTV would actually lie in an article about R. Kelly, because after all, this was the same TV show that's got a movie awards show that went on here and got a category for best documentary, which ironically happened to lie on him anyway. So should I be surprised that MTV would lie on him in an article years ago? As far as hell no. Not in the least.
Well, may God vindicate R. Kelly in the name of Jesus.
I'll tell you what. All I know is when it happens, and all the people that did that BS, I don't want to be nowhere near them. Because I don't want to have none of that energy rub off on me.
And I've been telling people too, but they don't want to hear me. And some do, but most don't. I had to tell my girl about this shit too. because and people need to start realizing there's some real victims out here that needs real help.
Yeah.
The only victim is R. Kelly, man. Always been.
And I told people a long time ago. Well, especially right now, that I've been saying was, the way everything has been, the way everything is shaping up. See, it's more profitable to fight for fake victims than it is to fight for real ones.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But man, he be on point though. Tales from a G be on point.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I fuck with him.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna have to slide on out of here. I gotta work tomorrow. Got to prepare myself what I have to do. Blessing to everybody in the chat. Thank you for both thoughts. For the extinguished honor, man, for letting me come on the platform. I really appreciate that. I do not take that for granted. I look at this as sacred. I really appreciate you, what you're doing. Blessing to everybody, man. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this particular content. Um, if you want to be part of the chat of the Big Val Opinions platform, man, y'all stay in the community chat with Big Val. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Provoke gonna be doing his thing. Sir Miguel gonna be doing his thing. I understand J Rock trying to, get his thing up and do his thing, man. That'd be phenomenal to have J Rock. He could probably speak on that, himself. But that'd be something I'm looking forward to seeing that, man. You know what I mean? We can have all the heavy hitters in there. And let us keep up our dear brother, man, that we've been really thinking about in our heart. Brother Dean Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep him up in our prayers, man. And also Brother Kelly's children. Just keep Brother Kelly's mental state, his emotional state. And lift up Miss Miss Bonjean and her
Yes.
law firm. She's going to get a machine that really never had the nerve to do what she's doing. So let's keep prayers behind her. It's Uncle
Amen.
Nick. And I just yield back, Brother Provoke Thought. Blessing to you, man. Thank you for so much.
Absolutely, man. I totally appreciate everything. I
God
promise.
bless you, dudes.
All right, y'all.
Miss Audra.
I'm out of here.
All right. Let's holler at you. Miss Audra, talk to me.
Hey, how y'all doing? I was just saying he got some good topics. I also want to. I really am interested in knowing why so many women are so angry. You know, like you remember back in the '90s, you would hear the term "angry black woman," right?
Mm-hmm.
And I never understood what that was really because I didn't have that in my family. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have women angry at men, right? I didn't know what a baby mama was, even though there were baby mamas around, but we considered those women girlfriends, Um, and then you learn about things like the culture, the project culture, like Shahrazad Ali, you know, she she spoke on, these housing developments, and we can watch clips and videos today, but if you weren't raised around that, like we had an aunt that lived in the projects, and then I know, like, I mean, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand it. You don't know it because you don't know what's really going on, because like the projects here, the ones that the people that I experienced that lived in the projects, they had relationships like them, the woman and the husband lived there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like what I'm seeing now where you got like, I mean, possibly then too, but I don't know. But you got like several children from different men, all different men, and these women aren't living necessarily in the projects, but they're getting assistance like Section 8 and things. But that's a little bit, but I'm just wondering, is that where it's coming from? Because I can say that I have always almost been raped several times,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to call it that. You know what I'm saying? But I put myself in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's certain things you have to learn over time, like not to put yourself alone in a home or in a room or anywhere with the guy if you're not prepared for things to happen or if you can't protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if everyone has those situations and they got taken advantage of and now they feel a certain type of way against all men. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I can't say almost raped because you really, if you're an if this guy is attracted to you, you know what I'm saying? He's going to try to make you feel a certain way to make, he's going to try to come on to you. You know what I'm saying? He's going to touch all of the right spots on your body to make you want to, you know what I'm saying? And if
Mm-hmm.
he have to go to the extent and plying off your clothes, he's gonna try that. Some men, they have a different style of doing that. They can do it with their voice. You know what I'm saying? There's different. So and at the same time, I look at some of the I'm gonna say the LGBT community, right? Like you have the movie, I don't know, the latest one, where the men would dress up as women and they would have sex with men while the men thought that they were women. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They didn't know that they were men. So they would give the man like oral sex or something where they would never find out that they were dealing with a man the whole time. And see, to me, that is predatory. You know what I'm saying? That's
Predatory
predatory.
behavior.
And that's technically rape because had you given them the choice to say no, they would have said no. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's like double standards. Like people aren't looking at homosexuality like the way that they try to get into your pants as predatory or um you know as being a bad thing, like being raped. You know what
Say,
I'm saying?
oh, but buy a female outfit.
So I'm
Shit.
interested. Huh?
We
What'd you
gotta
say?
eliminate the word the R word
Oh
though.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
so
word.
they're heavy on that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
my man
that
said,
was
don't get my boy dropped off just yet. Shit.
Right.
so that was weighing on my mind because of what he was saying. And I was like, I'm interested in why are people so angry? You know what I'm saying? And like I mean, I've been out and about and people have told me, even, people that I've known for a while, they've told me, Audrey, you smell too much. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen, like, I go out and I'll see some people tell a lady, hey, smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't help the way that I was raised and that the people I was around made me smile. They made me this way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, something that's maybe smaller to someone else, it can get to me. It can make me, you know, feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not used to certain activity, certain treatment. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't develop anger. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say just right quick, what's good with everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat?
Wow.
So
What
what
up, EV?
what's happening? I don't know that brother's name over there, but I like him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, the other guy.
Who?
The other guy over here.
Me?
He's to the right of my screen. No, I
Oh,
just
Oh,
don't like.
yellow. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's yellow
Yeah,
bees.
that's me.
Oh, that's
Who
Yellow
is that
Beezy.
Yellow Beezy right
Yeah,
there?
that's me right here, man.
See, Yellow Beezy. You should have told me that was you, bro. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that was him the whole time. I was thinking it was the somebody else. But anyway, um,
so I was hoping maybe you guys can speak on some things that maybe you could have done that maybe made
let,
some women
let
angry or
me.
could have contributed to it. But if you haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not everybody's experience. You know what
Do
I'm saying?
you? This what I'm.
Hmm.
This one. Let me ask you this, Arthur. Do you think you being gullible or something like that to people because you like to smile?
No,
Because
I don't smile as much like I used to. Like
because
I
Nothing wrong with a little
changed a lot
smile.
in
yeah,
that
because you
part.
know what? Because you know what? To be honest with you, um, when you walk past a person and some people they'll look at you in your face, right? And they'll and if you stare at them too long,
Yeah,
you
mean much.
understand, then they think it's a problem. So if you just
Yeah.
look up at them, right, and then you like smile like so, and then you just turn away and look the opposite way, then that
But
might help you.
then you got some people that get to actually know you and they're like, oh,
No,
she's
that's
hot
once
off
but that would
like,
be
you know
after
what
a
I mean?
conversation. Is that
Yeah.
that would be after a conversation? I'm talking about a person who just walk up, would be
Hmm.
walking by you, and like they'll look at you, and they'll seem like they staring. So you, as a female, I'm saying you would just walk by them, and then you would kind of, just throw a little smirk in, and then turn your
Mm.
head down and keep on walking, going about your business.
You
You
know
won't
how
have to
they
worry
have,
about it.
you know how you have tone of voice? So there's tone in the way that you smile. Like I remember being a kid in elementary and predominantly Caucasian class, and I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? I figured, but you know what I'm saying? Like you have kids that can bully other kids in such a way. Like
Hmm.
there was one girl, she would always look at me and then she'll smile and then she'll frown. She'll take the smile away. I could never understand that.
Hmm.
But years later, I found out that it was because I was a faster runner, I'm smarter, I'm this, I'm that in elementary. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't find out till middle school. She was like, "You're the girl from, elementary that used to get beat me running." Okay, like that I remember that. Okay, but that's how she felt. You know, so I think that the tone and so like if I'm the type of person, if I go into a situation, right, if I bump into someone by accident, they're angry or something, then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be overly apologetic, but not like to where it's gonna tick them off. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to do things. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So I think.
you might not try to be, but
Mhm,
I mean, you might not try to be overly
mhm.
apologetic, but you know what I'm saying? To them, it might be that way. You
But
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying is,
saying?
I've
Because
been
they don't be used to that. It
right. But what
depends
I'm
on
saying,
where you're at, where you're from. You know what I
right,
mean?
Depends on the
and that's
environment you came up in as well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, some people, because you know what, even because it's not just a Chicago thing. I'm gonna let you know this, but when you go anywhere, and
hmm
I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to tell you, like when you go anywhere, you don't want to give a person that eye. You know what I'm saying? You might want to look down. You might not want to, you know, you know,
hmm
people who speak to you. Some people that'll look up even when it's guys, females, or whatever, even when they look up at you, you ever notice when you get ready to walk to a gas station somewhere, whatever, and then a female might look up at you or whatever, and then she'll throw that little smirk at you and be like, and then keep it moving. That don't mean she's gay. That don't mean she's looking at you like she's interested in you. That just means that, she just, you know, she doing the same thing you doing. She playing that mean they playing the same game you playing, guy
Exactly.
or female. You feel me? So
Well,
you
I
Exactly.
gotta.
think that you have to be aware because when I was younger, I used to look down a lot. Like I used to walk everywhere looking down, looking down.
That's not good.
But that's just the way I
Let's say
was.
you come out of.
So I think
Let's
you
say.
have to be aware and you
Okay.
have to look up.
Okay. Exactly. So let's just say, not to cut you short, but let's say you come out of a gas station, right? Now, do you go out at night? Period. Like at
Mm,
any point of given time. going to the store,
Yeah, if I want
gas station.
to.
See see, listen, that's a bad habit. Now you go. Let's say you go out at night, right? And you go to you get out your car, you go into a gas station. Now you're not necessarily going to get no no gas. Let's say you go into a gas station to get something else, a snack or something, right? You come out the gas station, you looking all down, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You walk to your vehicle, you get ready to get in, you ain't looking up, you looking down.
But see,
Somebody pop
I
up at
have
you.
I have to look always because number one, I don't have all of my vision, my peripheral. So I'm gonna
Mm,
look regardless. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
And I'm not gonna be afraid of I'm not afraid of no neighborhood, nobody, period. So that right there, you know what I'm saying? You also got to know your limitations. Like, am I the type that's going to be able for somebody to come and best, like they can take me down or be able to slam me or pick, you know what I'm saying? You have to train yourself. You have to learn whether you go to class for it to be able to defend yourself or you learn as a child growing up. But you have to learn that. That's part of being versatile. But you can't live in fear. That's one thing I refuse to do. So no matter where I go, I don't care if it's my hood, your hood, or anybody else's hood. I'm not going to live in fear, and I'm not going to talk down on people or think less of anybody or think that anybody's better than me either. You
Hey,
know what
you
I'm
know,
saying?
hey, you know what the problem is, especially in our black community, we always talk each other down. We don't try to lift each other up. There's always gonna be there's always negativity around us. There's always some shit. It's like we can never be great with each other. We always gotta kill each other. We gotta fight each other over jealousy, hatred, and
Yeah.
it goes beyond that.
Yeah. And I'm like the
And
person that I
looks.
try to speak, you know what I'm saying, the best. I try to give you the best information I got. I try to, encourage people to do different. So I don't I don't too much have that drama around me, or you know what I'm saying, because if you know what I'm saying, like if it's
Let me
something
ask you
that's real,
something.
it's different.
Let me ask you something. When you let's say you out in public, right? And you come out of a public place, whatever, right? Do you I mean, when you see somebody doing something wrong or whatever, do you always try to stop them and have a conversation with them and tell them, like what's right from wrong, what you think they should do, what shouldn't do?
No, people doing stuff wrong all the time. You think I'm gonna interfere? Uh-uh.
You don't interfere. Not at all.
No, no. I mean, I've
Okay.
walked in on a situation where a woman
What
was
you gonna do?
arguing with the store staff. Um, and I talked to her. I was like, "Oh, I love your dress. You look so nice."
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? And it threw her mind like she was just like, okay, she stopped arguing. You know what I'm saying? So I changed the subject and I just walked in on the argument, but I knew in my mind to say something nice. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like something like that, I mean, I've seen fights, been in the middle of stuff like I remember the guys, they were playing a basketball game years ago, and the guy, he got mad, he lost, so he pulled out a gun and he was trying to kill the girlfriend and the dude. So the girlfriend ran into our place, and I'm like trying to close the door behind her because she left. Oh my god! And the dude was standing right at the door with the gun pointed at me, and he saw me, but he was, he left. So I closed the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you come in here? Like, you know what I'm
Damn.
saying? But that could have saved her life at the same time. We should have had the door unlocked. But she knew to just come in there. And I've been in other situations where it was like a funeral and there was a fight. A child had died. And the two daddies was fighting. Oh God. And one looked at me and he just stopped. You know what I'm saying? They stopped fighting. So I think that you can be in a situation and bring calmness to situations. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like that, and
Right.
I think, you just gotta just try to feed that, try to feed positivity, not negativity.
Right. Man, Derek, man, I just came up here right quick to speak to Audra, and I just wanted to, bless the panel right quick. Uh, uh, I didn't want to say much, man, because I'm gonna get ready to get out of here too, man. So,
Mhm.
I just wanted to say what's up, you know, to the panel, what's up to the chat. I ain't really want to say much. I just was, just fooling around with whatever a little bit, but it's always
Why
a
you got
blessing.
those questions for me, DV?
Like, you
Why
want
you?
some more?
What made you
I
think of those
can't because I
questions?
mean this man don't this man, I,
Mhm.
hey, I don't know his time and whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He got things going on that he got responsibilities, baby.
But
So
why you thought of those questions? And I was talking about this other subject about what possibly is making these, because we gotta be honest. The majority of that beef sector, the majority of the sector that's against that, anytime a man of color is locked up, they're the ones in the chats on these lives discussing it. Like, no one's really reading Ernesto's situation. No one's really reading into R. Kelly's situation or YSL or any of these situations, but they're on these panels talking negatively and without facts, right? And we're tainting jury pools when you do this, right? And these judges, like even now, you have these parole boards. They're looking at us like animals. Like these people that served 20 some years and did all these programs. Like, oh well, I need you to go back and do some more. So I think as a people, where are we getting? Why? Number one, why are we not thinking critically? Why are we so angry? And it's not just women, it's some men too. You know, and we have to look at those. We have to look at where they come from, their background. How were they raised? You know what I'm saying? Because you can be raised by a single mother. You know what I'm saying? But how were you raised? Do you have any experience having a male figure in your life as well? Do you have the experience of seeing how man and woman, married man and woman, correspond together? So I think that um, that's part of the foundation for me to thinking critically and to loving
I
yourself
agree.
and loving your
Two,
people.
I agree. Two parents, of course. Two parents is better always.
But I was just wondering where you think the anger come from, the hatred, because this man, what he was talking about in his video, and I've talked to people here locally about the Bill Cosby case, about the R. Kelly case, and there's some pretty angry people, you know, and I don't know why. I don't know, but I can look at their situation and understand why they feel that way. They're hurt, they
Uh,
feel hurt, but they don't want to take accountability for making their own bed the way it
you
is.
want to speak on that, Derek?
Okay.
Derek, you want to speak on that, bro? See,
He done did an Angie on us. He done went to sleep.
he,
He said, y'all gonna be up here all night.
he say
Go
y'all
ahead.
can run it.
No.
Hey,
But you finna leave, DV. You
I,
finna got me on
go
some
ahead,
another
speak on
subject.
it. Say what? No, I'm not gonna
Mhm.
do anything. I mean, go ahead, speak on it. You got something you want to say? Go ahead and speak on it while you got the
I just
chance.
wanna know, like, you probably have never, because you seem like a nice, laid back person. You
I
probably
am a
never,
laid back. I
okay.
am. I'm really laid back, Audra. I don't.
Hmm.
It's I say to myself a lot. I man my business. So
Hmm.
at least I try. So
Yeah. Like, there's even been a situation where one of my younger cousins, his girl, she had, she was like, he's doing me wrong while I'm pregnant. I can't wait till I have this baby. I'm gonna do him wrong. And I was like, nope. What you do, you just love him, just keep loving him. He treats you bad, just keep loving, just keep on. And lo and behold, they finna be married like next month. That was
oh,
some years ago, but still. they built it and built it, and I told her you just keep building, you know.
Oh, okay.
But
That's
I
what's up.
mean, it's just like just that little piece, you know what I'm saying? I could see how that could have made her bitter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you got two sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? Like she probably don't see how much he cared. You know what I'm saying? Because she's worried about something that she think was from the past or something, right? But when you hear it from, okay, his family, okay, yeah, he cared, and I'm giving her these insights that she can't see because it's going on behind her back. So when it comes to like even situations like I say the Christian Rock situation, there's a lot of situations like that. Like my cousin and his girl, they like a Christian Rock in the situation. They was, you know what I'm saying? He tell,
Mm-hmm.
she tell, nah, he don't touch women.
Believe it or not,
But
I really don't follow a lot of you. Believe it or not, I don't
yeah,
really follow a lot of celebrities and a
yeah.
lot of stuff that be going on. You know, when I
I don't
see
know how I
something
got
that might be,
into it. I
huh?
think this is R. Kelly thing. Ever since last year, I started following Christian because of the video, the photo on Facebook. That was in January, and then February I started following. You know, I started a little song that I guess Boozy did, so it made me look up R. Kelly, and ever since y'all sucked me in, I'm like, oh God, no. I swear, I don't even.
Yeah, you said that.
Y'all
You
suck me
said
in.
that before. You said that before. But
Yeah.
like I say, if when it comes to all those different celebrities and stuff, I really don't follow a lot of it. I ain't gonna even
Mhm.
lie to you. I swear. I'm only gonna follow something that I think is interesting, or something I can learn from.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I can't learn from something, then I'll be like, I just give up on it because you know, like, you know, like no offense, like the YSL case, I don't even feel like I can you learn from that. You know what I mean? Because for the simple fact that I don't live that life. I don't try to
Well,
live that life. So no disrespect to it, but to me that way of thinking is for people who in that formality, and those people who want to get around this and that uh mistake or whatever, you know what I mean? Like I leave it alone,
and
so I
that's
don't
what
get
I'm
into it.
thinking too about a lot of these cases. Like people aren't going to care until they're in a situation, not
Yeah,
that exact same situation, or until a family member is.
I
'Cause
mean, yeah,
family
I
members
admit that.
I got a lot of family members going through some stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? And I know that other people are going through things right now. And this R. Kelly thing, I know for if you if someone if something has drawn you in, right? You got to look at the reason. You know, if this man is completely innocent, which I believe that he is, right? If I didn't believe that he was completely innocent, I wouldn't waste my time. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been in certain situations. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah, but only thing about you is you just gotta, like I told you before, you gotta do your research, and
Mhm.
you gotta pay attention to it, and you got to pay attention to things. Do your research and go back in the time. See how things first started out. See where the cases first began before
I
you
know
know what I'm
that.
saying.
I
I
saw
mean,
that.
it doesn't matter if you know it. I'm just
No,
saying,
I'm saying
like
with the Savages. I saw that mess in 2016, and when I came home again in 2017, I saw what they were doing, and
that.
I knew he was a
Yeah,
crook.
that's cool. But if you go back in the time and see how things were set up with
Mhm.
Kels, even what I'm saying, from Chicago. See
Yeah,
how things were. See how the rumors spread.
no,
See
and
how
that's the
see the
thing. That's
people
why.
that was involved in the stuff.
Yeah.
Pay attention to how, you had Susan Longers, the lawyer, how she,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, how she it played her part in it, and
But
how
you know what? It's not just them. It was all of them. Gail King, all of them are.
no,
You know what I'm
this is
saying?
before. But see, what I'm saying is, see, right now, that's what I'm
I
telling you.
know. Like I found out what it
Before
said,
Gail
Susan
King,
Loggins. They were saying Susan Loggins is probably friends with Daryl McDavid. They went to the same school. Someone was saying that in Dana J's chat today, I believe. So, or somewhere I saw it. But that is something definitely to be looked at, but at the same time he's still locked up, so we have to look at ways that we can also get him out, because at the end of the day, this Susan Loggins and this Daryl McDavid, I've even said about his transcripts, Daryl McDavid's transcripts, trial transcripts, made it seem like R. Kelly had been in a relationship with Rashonda, because the way you read, the way his attorney asked the questions versus the way Bunjean asked the question. Bunjean was like, according to you, or you told the prosecutors. But when Daryl McDavid people asked the question, they're like, you and he were in a 10-year relationship, correct? Not according to him. But see, no one caught on that, number one, Daryl McDavid was really throwing on R. Kelly under the bus. But no one had ever heard of this 10-year relationship. And another thing I like that Dana J had touched on today, and these are things that I wish that people could elaborate on that I've been saying for a long time. This auntie, what's her name? Sparkle,
Sparkle.
Stephanie Edwards,
Mm-hmm.
her. This, I've been saying it. If you look at the tape, yes, there's 3 different scenes. There's at least 2 different men, and I know for a fact there's 2 different men's because, like I said, the growing size is different. You can't change that. And the other part where I know it's a setup is because of the I call it the routine, the sex routine, for example, right? The 2 scenes the guy pulls out, but the one scene with the girl, the guy ejaculates inside of her. R. Kelly don't have a string of baby mamas.
Yeah, but now I heard you say
Or
that a couple
he
of
would have
times.
said that he had an
I heard
abortion.
you say that. Yeah, but I heard you say that a couple of times, right?
And the other thing, the last part
No,
is
look, hold up, stop
mhm,
there. I heard you
mhm.
say that a couple of times, right? Have you ever seen Surviving R. Kelly?
I've seen clips of it on YouTube.
Clips of it. Okay, now, have you ever seen the actual so-called alleged R. Kelly tape where he
Yeah,
was supposed to be allegedly with Rashonda? Now, you said you seen that, right? Okay. Now, did you ever see um did you ever see a tattoo on his back or mole on his back or anything like that?
the tape is so blurry you can't tell it,
No.
and it was blurry back
So,
then.
but and now in 2008, they excluded that from the case. So they already had, basically even said that they already had said that wasn't R. Kelly on the tape.
Exactly. Right? But either
But
way, they were looking at some sort of mole on its back. But either way, right? You can look, okay, someone's paying this woman cash money on video. They leave off tape to make sure they film themselves paying her cash money on video, because once you ejaculate, that's
oh
it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
gonna go off camera, you're gonna make sure that the payment went through, that it was filmed. Now you're gonna go back on camera, make sure they got her face on there. Then you're gonna do your
Mhm.
thing. Okay. Now you're gonna make her dance and gyrate on video without you on the scene, making sure you got the good lighting so you could tell it's her. But when it comes to your face, it's blurred. You can't tell it's you. because, and either way, you can look at the physique, the muscle structure of the dude. Go look at R. Kelly from 1994 to 1990. You can look at him to 2002 and see if he had the look at what do you call it? Look at him from 94 to 99 and see the change in his body, the muscle structure. You can look at the Sparkle video 1998. There's body doubles in that video, right? He's not the only man playing the role of R. Kelly in that video.
Right.
And his muscle structures when he's in that house with the scarf on his head, he don't have none. Even when he ball his, hand up or whatever, there's no real curvature, no real muscles. You know what I'm saying? So you look at this video, whoever this guy was, he had muscles. He was thick. I mean, he was buff. Okay. And then you got 3 different sex scenes filmed through possibly years apart. I know the one scene with Lisa Van Allen, we know that was filmed many years later.
Yep.
Okay. So that could be him with Lisa Van Allen.
And she was and she was 18, so that.
Yeah, but either way, being a jury, right? If they allowed the jury to see all 3 scenes like it is in the video, how could they have not figured out? So which they did, they figured it out that that's not him. And I'm sure the jurors had their behind the scenes conversations, right? Because I'm sure they watched that video who knows how many times, I don't know, right? But I refuse to believe that it was a mole that got him off.
Why?
Because
why is that?
Fed to us by the media.
Now, why is that?
To us by the jury.
But see, where you confuse that, they showed one, but see the video, the video was tampered with.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they showed one video. That's why they show one. That's why they show one video with a mole and one with a tattoo. The tape was made here in Chicago, and that's what they did. They tampered with the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly didn't even have tattoos at the time.
At the time, he didn't even have no fucking tattoos.
Until
what I'm saying is, there was so much more to look at.
And he didn't even have a mole.
Right, but there's so much more to look at. The hairstyle, for what example? The hairstyle. Like, dang, this is in several different years apart. But see, you have to think, when a person's trying to make your mind, trick your mind, right? Like with the signature thing, they're going to write it in all caps print, right? To make you think, oh, she wrote this, right? So the same thing with this video, they're going to put real images of him in that video. So the other sex scenes might be R. Kelly or someone that looked like him. Right?
And then we got to remember,
I know for a fact it's not him. And it wasn't him in 94, 95, 96, or 98.
And then you got to remember, this is back when a lot of video editing is starting to change. Like when they started making the Matrix movie and stuff. So a lot of stuff started changing back then.
Technology.
Right, and that's another thing
that's what I'm talking about. Technology. A lot of technology started changing, when it comes to that shit. So that played a part in it.
Yeah, don't forget to throw in Barry Hankerson.
Yeah.
Well, open up the conversation. Where did the tape come from? And that was another thing that Dana J opened up the conversation on. Where did this tape come? Or somebody said it. It was Lady D. Lady D said it. She was like, where did this tape, like, how are you going to know to even contact Sparkle? Right? And one conversation that was read on, it was in the discovery or the transcripts, and I believe it was read by the MIB, aka Spit and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
But it was at the beginning of last year, 2023. Is when I first started listening to them, and they were like talking about these transcripts and things, right? And they read that Sparkle's cousin was questioned by the investigators. Her cousin worked for Chicago PD. Do you guys remember that?
Mm.
She worked for Chicago PD back in 1996, 97, 98, or whenever. She worked for Chicago PD. That Sparkle took this tape to her cousin to look at. Sparkle and her cousin looked at this tape together. The cousin told Sparkle, well, Sparkle asked the cousin, should I arrest him, have him arrested, or what? The cousin told her, no, you should have him sued. So Sparkle also went to an attorney, and I wonder if that was Susan Logan or
Yep.
Logan.
It gotta be.
But do
That's
you
what
guys remember that? Do you remember reading that in the Discovery? No one seems to remember. I've asked Spit and Fire in our chat. I get no crickets. I get crickets, no answers. I'm like, you read it though, nothing. She won't respond.
I
You
gotta
know,
I gotta go look into Spitting Fire.
yeah, because I don't know if you guys heard it, but when Dana J was playing a video about the about her meeting Demetria Smith in 2018, she went on Spit and Fire channel because Spit and Fire had some questions. She was like basically on the slide kind of talking about Infamous Sylvia. And so Infamous Sylvia went on the live and told the whole story. She was like, yeah, I met him in July or August of 2018. So in my mind, when I'm watching this, I'm like, that's during the filming of Surviving R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what month it was filmed, but I'm sure if they aired it in 2019, it had to be filmed at some point.
I'm so glad you brought Surviving R. Kelly up. I'm so glad you brought that up because I was watching a few videos on YouTube with Dream Hampton along with the Me Too lady, whatever her name is. I remember Dream Hampton was talking about that they want to abolish the justice system, and I don't know why people didn't pick that up.
Wow. Dream
Because
Hampton said this?
yeah,
Where? On the show?
no, it was on. I saw on Sharon's channel because she had videos of she puts together, and
Dream
then
Hampton
certain
said this.
parts that she was saying. And I'm like, wow. So y'all just don't care about this man. Y'all don't care about him.
But you know what though? That too has to be investigated. Dream Hampton, the production company, even the location, the owners of the location where they did the premiere, right? All
Oh,
of
New
that
York.
happened.
Yep.
Right. And another thing Dana J said tonight was the only reason R. Kelly was tried in New York was because of that phone call. And I remember there was a replay of a live on Debunking channel where Dana J pointed out that Don Russell came from the set of Surviving R. Kelly.
Mm.
So
Oh,
these
yeah.
are, and then you hear Don Russell on these lives with Nick and Knight and whoever. Oh, I heard the song. He said, I heard the song, I Admit. That's what made me go to R. Kelly's aid. It's what he's saying. He heard the song, I Admit. Okay. But no, you came from Surviving R. Kelly. You made this phone call. They had to make a case. Because even still, why was he charged in the Eastern District of New York? And I pulled it up. The federal courts in New York, I think NYC, like Manhattan, where he probably would have done business. Why then was he tried in Brooklyn court, Eastern District? Why was he not charged? I think that's district is called the Northern or Southern District of New York. Why
The
was he
Northern
not charged?
District of New York. Yeah.
Yeah, why was he not charged in that district? Why
No,
was
no,
he charged?
no. Eastern District. My bad.
Yeah, but why was he charged in the Eastern District, which is predominantly Brooklyn?
So you gotta think about one of the higher power people who is from Brooklyn. We all know
I
who
don't want
that
to put that on Jay-Z. I don't want to, because now look at the stuff coming out about.
Fuck Jay-Z.
Fuck that
It's
nigga.
like,
period.
it's like, is this carnal? Because this is like identical, or is these Caucasians attacking our men, and they know that we're gonna run with it, and we're allowing it to happen with
Yeah,
no.
they're doing it. They're doing it to P. Diddy. They're trying to do it to Usher too, because Mute R. Kelly are trying to distract a lot of people on their Instagram to make them to really distract us from this appeal hearing on Monday, but it ain't gonna
And
happen.
and one thing about it, I love 50 Cent, right? But honestly, he really started this with the P. Diddy thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
he
he
really
really did.
did.
And you know what? My brother, he told me, he was like, man, you know, 50 Cent, he's with that da da da. He said something I couldn't understand about it. You know what I'm saying? But he said something and I didn't really want to hear it because I love 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But
Part of the club.
now,
Yep,
huh?
he's
But
part of
now,
that club.
but my brother knew it. He knew it's something up with 50 Cent. But now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Because it's redundant now. You can't keep repeating the same thing with no evidence. Plus, even still, I thought maybe it was just one time thing that he would say, you know, not like keep repeating it. Cause like if somebody's that way, I'm not gonna keep going around this female if she's that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk about her anymore. And I said it one time, you want to go over there, that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know, Dream Hampton is friends with Jay-Z, right?
I understand that. I completely understand
And
that.
that's why you think he invested into the series. Got to think about him and R. Kelly had beef back in '04.
But do you think that he would really do that now that he has a wife and children that karma could come after? I don't think Jay-Z is evil like that. Do you?
Oh, he's evil. You just don't
Jay-Z
know.
ain't shit.
Mm.
He's evil as fuck. Cause the shit he
And he got
do, he get
something to worry about because I'm telling you, when I tell you people have been dying, okay, I'm telling you, people have been dying. Like one girl lost 2 kids within like a week, her 2 oldest, and they was in their 30s.
mm,
One girl lost a child.
From who? From who? Jay-Z or P. Diddy?
No, I'm saying like this is happening here locally. Karma is making its rounds. And if
mm-hmm.
you're not right, like people say, if you're not right with God, this and that, you gotta get right for your time come. I'm telling you, like my mother, you know, I don't care what anyone says, but you know, she always did right by people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
She always made sure people were good and did right by them, and nobody had nothing bad to ever say about either one of my parents. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put forth good, and that's what they instilled in their children. You know what I'm saying? But I'm seeing people losing their children, losing their
Mm.
kids, and
Well, I'm gonna get ready to drop down, Audrey. Y'all,
mhm,
carry it on out or whatever. I appreciate talking with y'all. Appreciate coming up on the panel.
yeah,
Good night to everybody in the chat.
All right, good night.
Y'all hold it down.
good
All
night.
right.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's like I'm gonna tell you right now, the world gonna know about those text messages. Maybe not in the appeal hearing, but down the line they're gonna find out
yeah.
because most of us already found out about those. It's just the media don't never really put it out there. We know the government put it out, the elites put it out. So
And you know what? Those texts, I went back and like searched YouTube a few months ago, and those texts were out in 2022 at
last
least.
year.
No, 2022 at least. The lady with she has like, she looks, I don't know, I forget her name, but she's, you know, the one with the eyes, the lady that be looking, I don't know, but she was talking about those texts.
Mm.
Other
Yeah, and
people had those texts. And this other girl, Miss Libra or somebody, she had them, I think, too.
Mr. Oh, I think yeah, and you know the savages, man, they still out here. Well, I don't think they out here no more. Tim is selling cars again because he
Mhm.
know that money ran out.
Oh my God. You're talking
'Cause,
about from the show.
yeah, and it's like I researched Tim Savage on. I had to look on Twitter because they had some videos of him and his wife at a tire bank show. They
Mhm.
they had a video of him suing a restaurant for allegedly having food poisoning. So I don't know if he really had food poisoning or not. All I can say is Tim Savage and his wife were always known to be con artists and scammers.
Yep. I could tell just looking at them
Hmm.
on the video when they was doing the little press conferences in Haines City. I could tell.
Yep, and it's like, that's why Joycelyn don't want nothing to do with them.
It's
Don't want
sad.
nothing to do with them. And it's like they keep like the time they were doing, she kept telling them, leave me alone. It's not true. I want y'all to leave me alone and stuff. And they just still keep coming at her. Because it's why do you gotta force him to give y'all money? First of all, they ain't never worked for that money, but like he did.
Yeah.
So they had to create
Tell
precedent.
you. It's not like they sold her, but she understood what it was. And when you listen to what R. Kelly's saying on the Gayle King, like these other bits and pieces that I'm listening to again, like Just Jazz, she put together some little video collages that when you kind of listen to it again and again, you kind of like, wow, like he's not saying that they sold them to him, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the way he words it, you understand. They put these kids up on a stage or these girls on the stage.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna notice them.
Yeah, and Joycelyn was of age when she met him. So it's
Yeah, and
like
she was put up on the stage, and I found out Azrael was put up on the stage. Like, really? So this
yeah,
how
because
you
her
get his
father
attention, and they knew it.
yeah, because her father was working for a lighting company or some Azrael's father or something like that. But he got a record too.
Yeah.
He got
And I saw on one of, I don't know who had it going. It was a live where I saw in his chat there were women comment. I think it was on his YouTube channel. I found it. I found his YouTube channel. I'm not sure, but there's a live that was playing that he was talking on. It was like a Facebook live or something, and you could see the chat, and the chat was calling him a pedo from Baltimore.
Yep.
And then that gets me to this infamous Sylvia, her case, and also Debunki's case. Like, I'm finding out today through Levi some interesting things about Debunki and his children, and I'm like, see, I already knew, like my intuitions had already told me that, because I don't know if Okov knows this, but you guys give yourself away.
Mm-hmm.
You give yourselves away that you have some type of criminal record pending, or you're trying to get out of, or something.
Yeah,
Because how you come for him so hard, and you got the same information we got. Like, what's her name? Boom Boom Room. She was so foul and nasty. I found her page like the same time around February of last year, because she was posting just as much as the real supporters were posting. Right? She was Okov, and I didn't know nothing about no Okov. I'm like, why is she so vile? You
They
know?
were never for him anyway. It's just
No, but get this. She wasn't. She's Okov. But get this. When her brother came home this year, you ain't heard a peep out of Boom Boom Room, have you?
no.
Nope. And she's been so nice to R. Kelly sector. I think she's even been on Dana J's live or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dana, I think, yeah. And
You ain't heard a thing out of Boom Boom Boom, because her brother came home. Her brother's not with that. She's living at his house. You know what I'm saying? This man on real estate, and she depending on him. And her brother, he had done something in his case to get himself out. He went into the law library and got himself out. And he even went on live. There's a live probably still on her channel that you can find where he's trying to help R. Kelly get out. He's giving information to help R. Kelly get out. And see, when you tied down in the feds with all these years and stuff, with how the feds usually work, you got to work to put people in jail.
Yeah.
For you to stay out or for you to get out.
Yeah, you wonder why they were putting Angelo, Levi, and them in the streets so they could distract people to, from actually trying to support R. Kelly and giving people money so they can go against him.
And that's why I have such a big issue with people saying he went with underage girls, but it was part of the culture. Don't say that, because you don't have no proof of that.
Yeah, and it's like, they keep saying this over like years now. They talking about the marriage with Aaliyah, but to find out it wasn't never a real marriage certificate, never was married. They were doing this behind Barry Hankerson, and Demetrius Smith was doing this behind Aaliyah's and R. Kelly's back.
And wonder why Demetrius always got to bring up Barry Hankerson.
Yeah, because he Barry's a prime suspect.
But what I'm saying though, Barry ain't had nothing to do with what Demetrius said he did. So why you bringing up Barry Hankerson? For what? Oh, you finna go get a marriage, get this ID, but you're gonna throw Barry Hankerson name in there because you know none of that happened. There was no fake ID because you have to have a signature
He
on
had
this fake ID.
a state I what he had a welfare ID or something like that.
He can
That's
say
what I read.
whatever he had, but at the end of the day, if it's not a federal ID with a signature on it and them numbers and your photo and address and all that,
That's fraud.
you're not getting nothing from nobody. Matter of fact, they're gonna call the police
Hmm.
when
I'll
you
be
get there.
I'll be wondering how the hell these people be getting away doing this shit to this man.
So listen to this. He said there was no signature on this ID. I did not forge a signature. This came out of Demetrius Smith's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch all the interviews he did, especially Nick at Night, right? He
Yeah.
said this, but no one it's not clicking in their head when they listen to this. He's telling you, I'm lying to y'all. I'm lying to y'all. Because if that's the case, then you didn't have no ID that would pass anywhere. You think you're gonna get a marriage license? And then we look at the marriage license where the signature should go. It's in print in all caps in the same handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
But Judge undoubtedly, R. Kelly's attorneys that were moles, because if you're not a mole, first off, you should have filed the necessary motions, paperwork, so that R. Kelly never had a trial. And at least you can appeal on it if they still proceeded with the trial, but you never filed the necessary motions for pre-accusation delay, procedural due process violation, because he could never get a fair trial with surviving R. Kelly. Number one, you didn't file that.
And you gotta thank Tasha K for starting all this shit and tampering with witnesses. You gotta throw Asriel in there too, because once she found out that he weren't gonna let her visit him anymore, that's when she got mad and she started teaming up with Tasha K, Lizette, and whoever teamed up with.
Yeah.
And she's responsible for 95% of his charges.
Yeah. And that's what it takes. Honestly, it takes a private investigator. And if I were Bunjean, right, with all the cases she's won, she has some money.
Yeah.
I would hire the best private investigators in South Florida, and I would find everything I can on this Lizette. I would hire the best investigators I can for Chicago, and I would find this Javante. I would find everything I can because there's a reason that they all signed immunity deals.
Exactly.
There's a reason that they were found in the first place.
Yep, and that's a big red flag. Giving them immunity deals, that's a big ass red flag.
I mean,
and people didn't catch that. I tell people, man, they got immunities, man. They immunities for a reason because they all have criminal backgrounds.
Yeah, and they needed immunity because they were gonna lie anyway. So if they're ever caught in a lie, because if you think about it, they ain't did nothing wrong. If they're claiming, the only thing they could be brought up on is perjury.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to ask what for.
And then Donnelly allowed it. That's crazy, but she didn't give a damn anyway.
Yeah, like this marriage license, and they're saying it was annulled in Chicago because they know nobody can't find the record of the annulment in. I'm sorry, they said it was annulled in Michigan because nobody can find the record of annulment in Chicago. Nobody can find the marriage license. I looked in Michigan. I can't find no annulment. I can find Aaliyah's name, her parents' name, cases they've had, but I can't find nothing on an annulment. Nothing with R. Kelly's name cross-reference.
And R. Kelly didn't even sign that marriage certificate because he don't write his name like that.
I keep saying it. I said everybody knows R. Kelly's signature. Everybody knows Aaliyah's signature because they signed autographs with it, right?
And you wondering why Aaliyah had to sue Illinois in 97.
3 months after her 18th birthday.
Yep.
And I kind of could see Aaliyah, if you look at these videos where she's in the videos with R. Kelly, and you really have to look at it from a standpoint. Even a man, you guys can look at it from your standpoint. If you ever had someone 10 years younger than you, or 7 years younger than you, or someone, younger than you that had a crush on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you could have been feeling her too, right? But you can look at it and see if there was chemistry there, if there was something there. You can look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's that one when they're inside of that diner. He
Oh
asked for
yeah.
like a cheese sandwich or something, and
Mm-hmm.
Aaliyah kind of ducks her head down in the background, like with like a smile, sort of. I could tell she had a major crush on R. Kelly,
Yeah, she did.
major,
But I don't
and you
think.
can listen to her
Yeah.
lyrics. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Her
Because he
lyrics,
wrote her first album.
yeah, and
Besides,
even
that's the best because that's the Isley song.
and in
So
that one interview where they're kind of dressed alike on BT or something, I don't know.
and they
And
created a narrative around that.
yeah, and he asked her, he's like, "What are you talking about? Where you get this from? Age ain't nothing but a number." Now just think of an older dude asking you that, an older big brother, "Where you getting this from? Age ain't nothing but who you trying to talk to? You know what I'm saying?" So the way he said it, but people are gonna read into it however they want, right? But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, yes, he could have been interested, but did he go there with her?
Absolutely
You know what I'm
not. It
saying?
was just professionalism. That's all it was.
Right.
That's how he is. When you see a video of him in studio, that's probably how he is with every artist he worked with.
Right. And could have been a possibility many years down the road, maybe. But here goes. At the same time, he was dating Drea Kelly. And I hated that people want to just dismiss her relationship with him. Because at the end of the day, this man did fall in love with her, according to what he said. He flew down on a who proposes from a helicopter ride? Tell me, is that a
Nah,
man in love, or he just trying to be funny? Like,
the massive man in love.
and on top of that, Demetrius Smith, I'll read between the lines. He said that R. Kelly was dating her and messing around with some of the other dancers. He was messing around with all of them, but he settled on to her. So that debunks what was her name? Wendy
Javante.
Williams used to say that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he liked flat chested women that looked like girls. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Young girls. Because if you look at those dancers during the 12 play bump and grind era,
mm-hmm.
they were curvy,
Yeah.
full grown women.
And
And
Wendy Williams getting her karma now too.
oh
Even
yeah,
though I know it's not right, but it's like all the shit she used to talk about back in the day.
you gotta
Man,
think about it. You gotta put forth good, you know, and she just didn't. She didn't care. It was about money. And all money ain't good money. Infamous Sylvia said that. And I'm like, okay, say it, but you also your actions gotta back it up. You
yeah,
know, you can't go ahead and lie on that same live and say all money ain't good money. And you're stabbing these people in the back. So the
exactly.
Wendy Williams, the Tasha case, you know,
Yeah, Tasha K, man, she about to get it because she keep denying shit, acting like she ain't had nothing to do with it the whole time. Yes, you did.
I don't
You
understand
you
how somebody,
tampered
yeah.
with witnesses, sharing this man's commissaries, his jail record, something you're never supposed to share, especially when it's restricted information.
And like with me, I can't, like I'll get, I don't know, I'll either bite my tongue or I'll trip. I'm gonna get karma like almost immediately if I do even think something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I have to be careful. So I don't understand how these people can do this treacherous stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you're
yeah.
not think it's gonna come back because now with this man facing all this time, he's in jail, prison all this time now.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he gets out tomorrow, can you ever undo what he's been through mentally, emotionally, physically? Can you ever undo it? Because I'm
Mm-mm.
still getting through stuff myself on my situation.
It's gonna be a long time. I'm
He
telling
may
you.
never recover. No one cares. No, and I could tell that he was going through something. Even now, when I look back and I watch some of his performances, he looks out into the audience. You know, he still had the whole Aaliyah thing, this sex tape thing that loomed over him until even obviously to today. You know what I'm saying? He felt that. It loomed over him. You don't
It's
recover from stuff like that.
same with Dr. Cosby. It's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a while before they go overcome this because this pretty much tarnished their reputations.
And that's, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just that. The girl kept his kids away from him.
Who
Jay Styles
Drea?
kept playing. Yeah, she kept playing the video of R. Kelly with Gayle King, and a lot of times we'll listen to something and we'll pick out different things, right? And we just don't get it, right? But this, she kept his kids away from him.
Yep. And you know another thing is they're talking to him now because they
Yeah,
starting to realize what's really going on
I hope they are. Like,
because they talking to their father. It's like they got to get it from him because Dre
yeah,
out here lying like a motherfucker still.
I got a brother going through the same thing right now. This girl doing everything to keep my brother kids away. Everything. And when you around my brother, it's all he talk about. It's all he talk about his kids. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? That's mental. That's hurting him. You
Yep.
know?
Yep. And I feel bad for Rob because that man love his
Yeah.
kids. He named his oldest daughter after his mama.
Yeah. Joanne.
Mhm.
And
And it's like
the mother.
I'm glad they talking to him instead of listening to their mama because
But
Dread weird.
that Drea Kelly ain't no good. I can even tell it in how she even raised her kids. Them kids shouldn't even have on no stocky cap wig or nothing. They shouldn't have on no lace front, nothing. You supposed to raise your girls to love themselves. I already know
And she
you ain't
allowed
do no good job at all.
her middle child to transition. I'm like, hold
Hmm.
on.
Yeah.
13 years old, you allowed
When
that?
you hate a man, that's what I'm saying. That's what's going on. That they can blame it on the schools. They can do whatever they want to do, but it falls on the parenting. You
Mm-hmm.
kept him away from your kids. They could have saw another side, but you chose that. You did that. You
Yep.
think R. Kelly would have women around him if he had his kids in his life
Hmm.
like that? He'd probably have one, but he ain't finna have two because he didn't believe in that. He believed in a wife and his kids after marriage, not before marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's like, man,
Yeah.
it's like finally, it's like his kids are starting to see it. Probably been talking to him for like a year or two now because it's like Drea is not no good, evil ass woman. And as she want to go on Instagram, she probably deleted her Instagram anyway. And because I ain't seen her on Instagram lately.
Hmm.
And then she had a went did a video with a doctor still talking about she a survivor after the transcripts came out about her and Roshana and Lisa Van Allen with the threesomes in the video. We know.
And that's the thing too. Um, you have to wonder, what did R. Kelly walk in on? What did he see? Because he divorced Drea. Drea didn't ask for alimony in 2019. They
Thank
were divorced in 2009 and married for more years than they were divorced. So she would technically still be getting alimony in 2019.
you. And it's
So
so
whatever happened, she wasn't even allowed to get alimony.
hmm and you know what's sad about it is she is still using his last name. For what? You're not married to this man no more.
Man.
It's like she can never let go of the R. Kelly name.
And the
And
other
she
thing, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
is another name because that name, last name alone, is billions of dollars.
Mm.
And that's
And
why Dre
that,
wanted to keep it.
yeah, in that video she did, it was 7 years after their divorce when she's in that green dress and she was labeling him her friend, her
Mm-hmm.
friend. She lost her friendship.
That was 3 years after because that
Oh,
was
look at
Hollywood
that.
Exes. Yeah, that was
Oh,
3 years after. That was in 2012.
okay. So I thought it was 2017 when that was filmed. It was 2012? Okay. Yeah, and so it's like, well, dang, that's fresh. I mean, not so fresh after the marriage, but still, it's years after the marriage, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
how do you feel that way now? Why do you not feel that same way now? What happened? You know, he's not with you, he's not married to you. So why are you feeling so jaded now?
Scorned woman. That's what it
I
is.
think she wanted him back, but
And
whatever she did.
he didn't want to deal with her no more
And
because
then he's been holding so much in. Like, I know for a fact that it's something big, something major she did, and he won't tell the world. He keep it a secret. He don't want to say nothing bad about her. Um, Same thing with this tape. He won't say nothing bad about Sparkle. He said in that one interview, he's like, yeah, there was not necessarily bad blood. He didn't use that term, I don't think, but he let you know that Sparkle had an issue with him. And
yeah,
let me, my intuitions told me, right, that Sparkle took this tape to him. Instead of suing him, she told him to do her albums. And I think that he went ahead with the albums and the gospel group for her niece and the album with her in 98. He chorused her because when Dana J wrote that article, it said that it wasn't until after R. Kelly wouldn't work with her on her album or
mm-hmm.
something like that that she started saying that he was in a video with her cousin. But get this, I I had already said in my mind that this tape wasn't filmed in 1998. Her album was released in 1998. But if
Yeah.
you go back to what was happening around 95, 96, 94, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's
And
like, Sparkle and R. Kelly used to have a little thing too.
yeah.
So it's
But
like,
that's the thing. No one's even looking at that, but they always want to say, "Oh, he was with Aaliyah." But then you just minimizing Drea Kelly to nothing. You know what I'm saying? I
mhm.
I don't think that he would take likely getting married and having children. I don't think he played around about Drea Kelly because you can hear it in his voice. His man came to tears. He was heartbroken because he said he still love her,
Mm-hmm.
but
And,
whatever she did, he
and
can't
it's
go back.
yeah, and it's sad about it because all these women who came out and said, "Oh, he was controlling and stuff." Well, first off, are you paying the bill? Are you
Mhm.
putting a roof over your head? Are you buying your clothes, food in your body? No. R. Kelly, he
Mhm.
has a right to control how he wants to operate in his own house.
Mhm.
And that's the problem with some of these women today too. Not all women, but some of them. They can't handle a fact a man is the head of the house and they like certain rules, like things a certain way. Because as soon as I get my own place and me and my girl and stuff, I'm gonna have some ground rules because I'm not gonna just let anybody run up in my house.
Yeah, and it's not like he had necessarily rules of control. It just come with the territory of being a celebrity, unless you blueface and you have the video running all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't
Yeah.
want. He was private. You know
And
what he
it's
was
like
private.
people had to come out and start like saying stuff. I'm like, man, this nigga is private. He's trying to live his private life. And
Yeah,
it's like you can no celebrity don't live private nowadays. They out
Joycelyn was definitely living her life. Her and Dominique at the hotel. Her
there.
and Dominique on the shopping spree.
Yep.
She was nobody to know what she was doing. You
Hmm.
know, she didn't
And
want them to know she was with a woman. This man, he's on tour, he's doing his thing. I mean, obviously, I mean, is he going with all of them at the same time? No, or even the two at the same time. Obviously, you could put two and two together and figure that out. And
oh,
then he,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
yeah.
but at the same time, like, people want to believe that he's this deviant type person. You
Hmm.
know.
Yep. And it's already been proven in transcript in public records that he's not what people say he
Hmm.
is.
And they
That
want
was,
to use his
it was
lyrics when
it was just a conspiracy.
yeah, when his lyrics I mean, you can listen to all R&B back in the
Mhm.
90s and the 2000s, and it just got worse and worse and worse in terms of the
Yep.
over sexualizing of the music. I ain't gonna lie,
Yep.
because I started listening to country music, and like when I started listening to country music, 2008, really, 2008. Yep, 2000. No, I started listening to country music in like 2004, 2005. I don't know. But I knew about country music, listening to certain things with my mother, watching some of the award shows, certain artists I knew about, you know.
Mhm.
But because my mom, she would love, she liked me to watch award shows and stuff like that with her.
Yeah.
And as I got older, now I'm listening to the lyrics, and I didn't get that out of some of the R&B, you know.
Mhm.
Like the last real R. Kelly album I had listened to really was the R album, I believe, you know. So
Yeah.
and
Man,
and
Derek, you sleep? Derek.
mm-hmm,
Oh, he knocked out.
it's sleep on it. He's supposed to have a live on Sundays and Wednesdays too, right? How?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the guy Noobs in OOBZ. He come on. I think he's breaking down stuff really well. Like he's using his critical thinking too. And I'm like, well, I hope he don't go on these other channels because they're gonna tear him apart like they've been doing me. I'm like,
Mhm.
seriously?
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's like you got these bloggers like Whitney Davis and shit, man. I can't stand Whitney Davis.
I don't
But
know
she
her.
was she was cross-eyed lady. She
Oh
was
yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
she was interviewing these accusers. I'm like, you a dumbass. Like, how the hell you n- not
Mhm.
know who the hell you interviewing? And she
She,
know
she has some clickbait, I ain't gonna lie. But I listened to it, someone like, oh god, I gotta turn because she don't know what she's talking about. You
she
know
really
what I'm
don't.
saying? Mm-mm.
And it's
It
like,
started out
girl,
sometimes good, and they're like, okay, never mind.
because she really against R. Kelly. I don't know why she against him.
And then she likes to bring Christianity into it. I'm like,
And he a Christian too. R. Kelly's a Christian, and he knows more about the word of God than she does.
for real. Oh my god. And he knows about decorum, hence the reason his life isn't plastered all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? Oh, some
Because
people just they's building a life off of this man's name, and they don't care about anything they say. Anything. And then I look at some of these people, I'm like, really? Why you because and Levi was talking about it today. A lot of these people that don't look good because I can't hang around certain women. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? If they not attractive, you gonna hate me on me. You know what I'm saying? You gonna give me problems. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I have to learn to I had to learn. You have to learn how to read people, and that's part of that, right?
yep,
And like even when somebody come and tell you something, right? Um, you have to be able to read through the BS, as
hmm
they say. If you can't do that, then what you doing having a channel?
yeah. And Whitney couldn't even see, didn't even read through the BS. She just wanted to make money off this man's name, and
Yeah,
she don't even know what she
I
got
mean,
herself
and
into.
claiming Christianity.
And you know the funny thing is, she don't even know what she got herself into. Because you're interviewing these women, and you got the elites and the feds looking at your shit.
Yeah, and birds with a feather flock together. So if you siding with that type of woman, then what are you? What
Because
are you?
yeah, yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the elites ain't gonna keep holding on to these women shit forever, man. Because it's a matter of time. They're gonna
Yeah,
let this man out and leave this man alone. Let him live his life.
because I think all in all, honestly, there needs to be a class action lawsuit. There needs to be a lawsuit, period. Because if if they allowed a marriage license into play and they allowed Demetrius Smith in his lies and the preacher in his lies
Mm-hmm.
and what else?
Yeah.
This infamous tape. and it's not him with Rashonda on that tape.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you
I
know
saw
what?
it several times. It does look like Rashonda. I don't know what some people saying, but the dude, I don't care how you spin it, is not R. Kelly. And that's the thing people in the sector need to start saying.
Yeah.
Because when you try to say, because that's how he won his trial, first off, they said it wasn't him.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to look back at that trial and see, first you got to look at any trial. You don't need to have a victim there. All you need is a witness there. If that's why they say you have the right to remain silent, because even
And
if there's no witnesses, if your victim decides not to come forward and you almost murdered them, right? And they decide not to come forward, but you done told everything to the police. You know who taking the stand? The police.
mm-hmm.
That's why when they pull you over and there's a car full of dope, the police got to take the stand and testify to what he saw. He's a
Mm-hmm.
witness to the crime. The crime is possession.
Yep. And the funny thing is, no police reports, no cops being called.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hold on, because this is big. This whole thing's a scam.
Yeah.
It's been a
None.
scam.
No police report. No rape kit.
No nothing.
And
And then
then
Geronda on
yeah.
Surviving R. Kelly had the audacity to smile about the shit. I'm like, why are you
Oh my
smiling?
God.
Why are you
And you
smiling
know
about
what?
a rape kid? Come on now. Our kid, my bad. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Sorry. But too, like sometimes people will smile when it's something tragic, but then sometimes people will smile when they know they doing some treacherous stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And he wasn't even home at the time because R. Kelly in 2009 was over in Africa. And Geronda just broke into his house and shit.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. If you allowing this, timelines are very important. Dates, times, all of that is very important. If you go into somebody's house and steal their dirty laundry, or even if that's not even his shirt, either way, you know, we need some proof. Did you take this shirt to the police? Okay, so the chain of custody is locked. And then when it comes to DNA, I'm hearing that there's a certain amount of time that they can even get DNA off of that, right? I don't
Yeah.
know.
And
Because
Lisa Van Elle with her lies. If she was telling the truth, why did Homeland Security got to drag her out to court?
mhm,
Because I'm like,
yeah.
hold on. If you was telling the truth, why they gotta drag you?
hmm
Just to
And
let you know she was lying all this time.
and I want to take that back about the DNA, because DNA gets people off out of prison years later, decades later, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they actually went and got some blood samples they claim off of the car in the YNW Melly case 3 weeks before trial. So
Mm-hmm.
they had several Brady violations in his case too. I don't even know what's going on with that, but it's
I
just
haven't heard
more.
much from that one in a while.
Yeah, it's more civil rights violations, constitutional rights
Yep.
all these violations that no one is caring about, no one's talking about, because they painted him a serial killer. So they don't
Mm-hmm.
want nothing to do with him. They actually believe he killed his friends. Like,
Yeah, and it's like they've been holding him for about 5 years now.
yeah, but
So
explain to me this. So you mean to tell me he gonna park the car, get out the car in the
and
back
shoot
seat?
him. It don't make sense.
Yeah, and then he gonna shoot him from the inside. But you said that he shot him from the inside of the car. So if he shot him from,
Yeah,
anyways, like, but
it's messy.
and he was such a little kid then. He was so tiny. He could have technically laid down on the back seat of the floor and
Mm-hmm.
dodged all them bullets, and then got out the car, because he could have been shooting back, and he could have made a mistake and shot his friend. Who knows? You know what
It
I'm
was
saying?
it was a
But
setup.
I don't know what happened, but I don't believe for 1 minute that kid did that, because number one, I don't even pick up that aura. You know what I'm saying? And they would, why would they have not just burnt up the whole car? You know what I'm saying? They
It
would have
was a
just burnt
setup.
lit the car on fire
Yeah. It
and
was
got rid of all the evidence. You said I did what? Oh no, we got put out the car. They could say the same thing you know what I'm saying? He probably didn't put out the car. He probably wasn't even there doing the drive-by. But no one knows. But people running with these lies. And
Yeah,
instead of looking at the evidence, or if they don't have enough evidence to prove it, well, then why are you taking this man to trial?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For a death sentence. And so regarding that, I think people should use their common sense. The same way he said he got the car, the driver
Mhm.
could have said he got the car, and they could have lit the car on fire. They could have put both of them in the front seat and lit the car on fire. That's the way you get rid of
Yeah.
evidence. But that didn't happen. You
Yeah, I'm
know?
gonna head out because I'm getting a
Okay.
little tired. Have a good night.
You too. Good night. I'm finna head out too.
Derek's knocked out, so
So we just leave. I'm gonna leave.
yeah, we're gonna leave him. Yeah.
Okay, good night.